Hey, hello everyone, sorry for the late start. I love when my V-stream only streams to YouTube, but not to Twitch. I love fixing technology, but don't very want tech. Jesus Christ, I'm leaving. Also later I literally I was able to stream to V-stream, but V-stream was not able to connect to my Twitch, and I've been stuck doing tech support for half an hour and I'm going insane, but thank you so much for the sub. Also, I mean, it's gonna be easy to find about my Otis. Nobody else is sharing Otises with me, right? Okay, time to hopefully experience Peak. Or, I don't know, become Doomer. It's Lunar New Year, let's fucking go, man. I guess story will get delayed, huh? Dante, any idea where that leftover cake from yesterday went? No idea, I mean... Why would I know? I can't even eat. Yeah, but you are the watch. You get it? That was a good joke. Thank you, Lima. Done. Did Donkey already get her paws on him? Modi rubbed her tired eyes, muttered something about how we should have partied in her room instead, and stumbled to the back door. The New Year's came swiftly to the inhabitants of the bus after the various incidents at the LCE. The sinners all came from different backgrounds and parts of the city, but annual celebration for New Year's seemed to be a thread that connected their cultures together. We began floating the idea of a New Year's party and let's go me doing fucking raclette. German supremacy. Excellent! Then permit me the honor of hosting this banquet! Her usual automatic boast, coupled with the familiar twinkle in her eyes, Don Quixote declared that there would indeed be a New Year's party. And thus it was decided. Again, after all the heavy ran through with the back door and whatnot for the out-of-season Christmas celebration. Excuse me, that was very Christmassy. Both years? But you celebrated the same event? Yes? Yet I must insist for a trust but an effort to decorate the bus, the intent quite divorced from the act of celebration. Quixote glanced at Sinclair, sheepishly scratching the back of her head. Hey? Oh, don't worry about me, really. This tool that my actions have brought me quite into distress. Unintentionally, I might add. Thus I ask thee, would thou not agree that a communal event to mark the occasion might fashion both our spirits and bodies? Can't even begin to imagine her amnesic self even taking a moment to give a damn about how Sinclair might take it. But I guess with memory came tact. You know, it's our first New Year's together. It sure is an occasion for a celebration, huh? Gotta hear that bell go ding to really mark the transition to a new year, right? Man, time really flows so much slower in-game compared to real life, huh? They need to increase the Limbus factories. It seems that we shall be welcoming the first light of the new year in company of one another. This is indeed cause for celebration. A bowl of noodles before the last night of the year fades. Classic. Such bubbling enthusiasm from your warmth, mine own heart. Forsooth, the grandiosity of this banquet shall be one for the books. Fireworks most brilliant, enough delicacies to... Sharon, when's our next stop? I have a feeling we don't get our New Year's party. I mean, it would have been actually kind of interesting to see how they would celebrate Christmas. Chris, good job, Liver. New Year's in the city. We'll be running non-stop for 3 days at least. Only them stop on a fast road. So she says. Achilles muttered with his usual sardonic edge, one fist under his chin. For next year's celebration, the banquet shall be prepared. At the promised hour. Don Quixote's idea of a grand banquet depressingly fizzled into nothingness, but yeah, just go into the back doors. Nadia poured out the cakes and cookies she just in her room, so we could at least hold a small celebration for the New Year's together. After that, we stayed all up together, watching year's first sunrise briefly paint the city in gold. Then retired to sleep. Man, that is depressing in a sense. When everyone woke up, popping their tired eyes, the world outside the bus had completely transformed. There was a behemoth of a structure, bizarre in presence, and its walls seemingly made of gargantuan steel plates. H-Corp? The sinners began to voice their surprise. Probably so, as what came into view was different from any of the nests we passed by on our journey thus far. Is that a massive structure, all one building? If that whole thing's the nest, then where the hell's the back street? That's big enough to cover H-Corp's territory and then some. There he goes again, asking dumb questions without ever taking a peep at a guidebook. I mean, reading is gay or something. That's not a nest. That huge box you saw over there? That's District 8. We call it Hongyan, the vast garden here at HQ Corp. The nest lies within the center of the structure, and the back streets about. So they squeeze the entire population of this district in there? It does not get a ray of sunlight all year round? Well, at least you won't have to worry about the rain. Beefy, I will my side as well. As the sinners began to gather one by one at the other side of the bus, steered awake from the late night's rest, kept my gaze drawn towards Honglu. I looked for signs of concern or distress on his face, worried. It wasn't exactly something unique to Honglu, but the stories about his past home life we've heard throughout the year, maybe he felt like sharing them. Were all consistently and terribly depressing, yeah, but he's over it. It's not a bad place once you actually try living here for a while. His lips ever so slightly curled upward into a kindly relaxed smile, making the same expression as ever. An expression that hasn't changed at all since our first meeting. Maybe it's just a cultural difference. Kind of like how Honglu can be so nonchalant about things that should give most people pause, but... Actually, no. I'm not helping anyone or anything by entertaining these thoughts. My job, at this moment, is to keep a close eye on Honglu, more so than usual, man. Dante is at least becoming a good manager slowly but surely. It is nice to see, I guess, some character development. And if the time comes for me to help him, as the manager, I give it my all. Besides... this thing is even bigger up close. Verily, I carry no recollection of a structure so grand, even past adventures of mine. My efforts aren't enough. You know I can trust the sinners to lend me a hand. Hey, let me see too. I collected my thoughts and I forced the sinners who are flattened up against the glass's windows to get a good view. Man, Jesus Christ. That is one big structure. But we would never get lost in it. It's a duel. Do you have it in 10 turns? Should be easy. I've played video games before. Okay. This is not right at all. And I guess if I already have access to super souped up Otis, if I have access to super souped up Otis, that's my Otis? Did I? Maybe I'm an idiot, okay. Hey, see, it's that easy. I think they getting the first slot makes so much sense. They must be kinda overpowered. I'm usually kinda not red sheet pilled, but I kinda wanna try out actually using red sheet with this team first before we maybe go to David Association Sinclair. Honestly, I'm just also not a fan of the Sinclair since I hate 15-3 and his 15-3 does not even really have a payoff and it feels so bad. I mean, we also absolutely bring our man. And then we bring Faust and I guess this last slot. This is... Count might not be as much of a problem, but maybe we bring Don first and then we pivot into some strangeness, I guess. And then we hope we never have to use Mr. Sinclair.
현장에서 직접 뵙죠.
Once we left the bus, why are the COC IDs in there? Because I mean, I kinda really just love Lantern Yisang because he has good design and I mean, he is actually pretty good if there would be content that is not win rating, which is probably gonna be the case, but honestly, I feel like at least Don is still probably relevant. I don't know, man. Oh man, can't believe we had to get off the bus here. Well, sorry, no votes are big enough here. We have to make a formal complaint against the H-Corp for the scrap? What the hell were they thinking doing shoddy construction work at the entrance of the highway that leads straight into the nest? Huh. Many causes there may be to such construction projects, yet perhaps an early warning sign ere our approach to the site would have been a sensible Were it not for young Charon's most valiant drifting. Aww. I shudder to even imagine the terrible possibilities. It would have been a most awful end to an adventure. Man, now I want to see the drifting. It's no surprise that the sinners all had a piece of their mind to speak. As they drove up to the entryway, we unexpectedly came across a mass of badly put together steel plates blocking our path in the middle of the road. Sharon quickly spun the bus around, which meant that everyone ended up being thrown about like ragdolls. Good thing there was another road off the highway that leads into the city, right? But Sharon would have tried to reverse gear all the way back to the last interchange. But looks like we're going through all these winding alleyways to get to the nest. It's so dark in here. We are greeted by a dark street upon disembarking from the bus, illuminated only by faint strands of light. It was immediately obvious that we found ourselves in the back streets of H-Corp. Looked pretty impressive from the outside, but it's so different from the other back streets inside, Yep, it's a familiar sight, gotta say. It's getting really old. I ask thee, is the rest of this district shrouded in such darkness as well? No. These particular sites are limited to backstreets of District 8. The backstreets of this district weren't very different from the other ones we'd visited in the past. People hurrying through the streets were being chased by something. People scowling and clamoring at the ground with some sickness or discomfort. Scenes all too common in every corner of the city. There was one thing about this place that stood out from the other districts, however. It kind of reminded me of the former G-Corp soldiers back at District 4. What do you mean? You mean those fellas? The cores of their flesh appeared too organic to be prosthetics. Some of them had odd protrusions on nodules bulging from the skin as well. Not at all, Manager, but look, they haven't all mutated in the same pattern. Like in an insectoid form, for example. I guess I should commend you for not looking at them through a biased lens. You're observing the aftermath of District 8's distinctive method of treatment. Oh, so this is where the rumors about the bluish healing ointment came from, huh? Apparently they can cure any flesh wound after just one night rest and bandage? I mean, that is still amazing. It seems that certain misconceptions must be addressed. The other variations of H-Corp singularity, the bolus. Hey. The bolus? She's likely referring to medicines brewed and kneaded into ball-shaped pills. Correct. H-Corp? Or the Hongyan Bioengineering Group mainly manufactures boluses. That contain essentials of treatment. The boluses may be taken orally, ground with water into a paste and applied directly to the affected area, or dissolved in water, soaked into bandages and wrapped around the necessary area for treatment. I guess rumors transform as they travel. Oh, I see. I was just thinking about how they do things back at the K-Corp. The focus of K-Corp's technology is the reversal of recovery of one's conditions. Returning to the original state is the keyword in their treatment. It's no rare sight to find unique techniques and technology developed independently by the inhabitants of the backstreets of District 8 using the manufactured boluses. The treatments are not individually customized for each patient. Instead, the focus is on selecting the appropriate technique from a myriad of choices to address deficiencies in the statuses. Perhaps one could choose the words transformation or revolution as a more illustrative description for the method of treatment. Let's go. Can I get my enhancement bandages? What if the enhancing tattoos are similar to this then? So that's what counts as treated? The crowd Sinclair was pointing at certainly appeared unhurt. Some of them were bleeding or walking with a limp, but many of them appeared dazed, staring blankly at nothing, or scratching absent-mindedly at their mutated parts. They're such a classic drug addicts. Let's fucking go. They must be the regulars. Unexpectedly, we found our answer not from Faust, not from Masson, but from Hung Lu. I mean, this is his home. Regulars? Yes, I've heard of them as a child. People who've grown too accustomed to visiting the clinics in search of the mystical treatments. The regulars might appear more intimidating than most people at first glance, but apparently all the side effects they've been stacking changes them in strange ways. It's highly likely that interoperation conflicts or issues will arise in applying highly disparate treatment methods to a single body. It is a cheaper alternative for people who didn't sign up for the life insurance. You speak of life insurance? Yes, life insurance. There's a special insurance option to bring the client back to life up in the event of their death. So, the irony isn't lost on me, but I thought resurrecting people was one of the head's taboos. That does not consider the revival via life insurance to be a violation of the non-resurrection taboo. Huh. I feel like there's so many ways to get around this taboo, right? Considering in Wunat, in the Wedge office, we also have Fixer Lady that basically just has the spare bodies that are cloned that I guess you can also lend to other people. It is likely that, on a technical level, the survivor is actually categorized as brain resuscitation as opposed to a full resurrection. Degradation of its functions considered, of course. Another fatal downside to this technology is that, unlike the manager's clock winding, the subject cannot be brought back if their brain is destroyed. Also, there's the risk of significant losses in the process of information transference. Losses, huh? So maybe some of the mutations could be more than just side effects of these treatments. Maybe. But I heard it takes more than 1 or 2 revivals to change that much. And since apparently people in the backstreets could never even dream of paying consistent insurance renewal rates, so... After all, who would sign up for insurance if using its services could reduce them to such pitiful states? They appear pathetic and pitiful to you rich bastards, don't they? You'll soon be in the same boat as them, so see some pity for yourself. Identify yourself! Stranger's voice cut through our discussion like a foreign instrument. I turned around to find a large group of people who are clearly up to no good. In my neighborhood? You must be the young master of that high and mighty Chia family, eh? I can tell just by looking at your pretty face. Your friends, Honglu? No. I haven't had much chance to get acquainted with people from the back streets. So, nope. Never met him before. Kinda curious that he's that famous in a sense, or maybe, I guess it's the only ruling family in H-Corp district, I guess? Of course you haven't. Too busy living large, playing goods in a whole different world from us plebs, huh? None of that matters. We're just here to take the thing you brought here for submission to the family hierarchy evaluation. Excuse me, what? The what evaluation? Okay, there's clearly been a misunderstanding. There's quite a lot of them. We're not off to a great start here. Man. Sounds like a setup. Actually, no. Be a violation of our office's core values to shun them like we're some common fucks. I, Shantan, third son of the Twi'ex office, challenged Chia Boyo of the Chia family to a duel. Our wager will be that the winner can take anything they want from the loser. Let's go in time for Honglu also getting a sync ID. Wait, but what do you mean a duel? Duel? It's time to duel and believe in the heart of the cards. I've heard the tale that duels of the honorable fixers of the Finger Association's Eastern Branch announced the intent to duel by stating their affiliation and name instead of casting the gauntlets, and the pamphlet that young Ishmael had presented before me earlier presented the truth that the Twi'ex office is indeed an office of the East, though they are indeed of a lesser quality. This is a true and accurate declaration of a duel that we behold. I wonder if we actually see a Sync East fixer, considering we got the ID for it. So just a fancy way of saying 1v1 me, Fox only, final destination. Let's go in it. I mean, this guy doesn't look too tough. What do you think, Faust? Agreed. This individual does not seem to possess any particularly exceptional skill that may pose difficulties for Honglu. I think it's going to be okay. I'll be back in a minute. Dante? You sure this is okay? I don't think you're going to lose against him, but... You know, just in case? No worries. I have some childhood experience with duels myself. This is why he wields all his scars on his back. I've done about 10 of them, I think. Huh. So the rich boy's dabbled in some duels, has he? It's... I think you misunderstand. I want to say that I've done about 10 of them a day. Oh, but Grandmother sometimes let me skip them. So it might have been slightly fewer than that on some days? Jesus Christ. What? I, Honglu of Limbus Company. No. I, Bayou of the Chia family, accept this duel. Honglu stepped forward, confidently as the opponent was possessing what he just heard. For a moment, Honglu stood there in a stance that did not express even a hint of a question, before curiously cocking his head to the side. I mean, to be fair, nobody in the backstreet should kind of reasonably have a chance against someone from Limbus Company or Sinners at this point, right? Like, yes, they got nerfed with the contract and everything, but honestly, just being able to use egos should be basically one-hit KO to most people in the backstreets, right? They should not be that well equipped. Sorry, are we waiting for something? So I always let the opponent get the first 2 moves in duels. Please don't hesitate. Aww, how nice. Let me, you little... Your cocky pride shall be your downfall. The man who induced himself as Shan San leaped toward Honglu. Then, after about a minute... How is this happening? With my man. Unlike Shan, who was throwing punches and swings with boiling hot passion, Honglu was effortlessly gliding between his opponent's strikes like he was out on a picnic. I mean, this is early breakfast for my man. He has been in like 200 Miro dungeons at this point. I wonder what the canonically amount of Miro dungeon would be. I mean, they had vested once that they kind of do Miro dungeons in their off time as training exercise, right? So this was but a leisurely stroll to a garden. Whenever Shan threw a powerful punch, Honglu redirected it to the side with ease, this only grazing his clothes. We were mesmerized by the fairly light movements of his hands and feet that effortlessly glided through the air. Until, after one blink and you miss it moment, we realized that Shan was already face down on the ground, defeated. Huh? Young Honglu, has thou been concealing thy full strength in our presence? Oh, no, I wouldn't say that. I always put my all into every fight. Yet to defeat his forces soundly, to dance with such grace between his strikes, it was as though thou were doing someone whose skill may only measure against a child's. Most of our fights have environments with a lot of variables. We usually fight against enemies with all kinds of unexpected weapons and powers. What you're telling me is he really needs a sync ID because he's the champion of 1v1 in all the humans. You beat him. Already familiar with that fool's moves? Oh, yes. One of my Bivo instructors use similar techniques as this gentleman here. Practice makes perfect, and perfection makes an expert, right? Right. I'm not sure if that's entirely relevant here. He's at least still alive. Honestly, that blood on the floor looked kinda more like he would be out for the time, but... Well, anyways, looks to me that he soundly kicked you behind in this duel. That is true. Why don't you? Preferably not do the thing I think you're about to do. This duel wasn't overseen by a notary office enemy. Our employer's not gonna let this failure slide if we just leave. Don't just sit there, move your asses and jump. Pathetic. I can kinda see how we're becoming experts at getting jumped. With the bitter cry of the defeated, his gang was towards us. I guess they've chosen death.
제가 도움이 될지는 모르겠지만
But hey,
노력해보겠습니다.
This is a banger.
길좀
Right, time to win it. I love my Olympus gameplay.
방금 어떻게 하신 거죠? 깜짝 놀랐어요.
끝났습니다.
칼날이 잘 드네요. 아마 그 공격이 약점이었겠죠?
I mean, I kind of really look forward to actually using the new IDs in something challenging. I played a bit with the Yosho in Miro Dungeon.
수월해진 것 같아요.
She seems pretty fun. I mean, I love going fast. And she actually has a nice rupture count. Why am I losing my win rate in Kim? Oh, god damn it. I guess Otis, you need to micromanage a bit more since you
저 개체가
want to have those unopposed classes.
해보는 게 좋을 것 같아요.
But yes.
뜀박질 춤.
Honestly, I'm just very happy to have finally rupture IDs that are not 15-3 and copious amounts of rupture count.
한결 수월해진 것 같아요.
흑승.
좋네요.
뜀박질 춤.
I think all I would want for rupture team now is
끝내지.
please give Quagga a good rupture ID. So we can also use his ADD. Because all this also has like baller gloom skill 3. That would be like 4 coins if you hit a conditional right. Imagine all that rupture count. This really isn't a great start, fellas. It's never easy, is it? Hey, at least we got a nice warm-up. It wasn't all bad. I don't know. This seems more serious than our usual street brawls. Ishmael's right. They aren't your everyday thugs who pick fights with random people for no good reason. They were contracted by someone to specifically target and eliminate Honglu. And given how open they were about their intent, calling it a contract, it doesn't seem like whoever gave the contract was exactly going for subtlety. Then, maybe this is what Chia Xun was talking about. Way back when she mentioned surviving as heirs? Whoever's behind this must have a bone to pick with Honglu. Indeed. It seems that you must expect more skirmishes like this going forward. I mean, sorry, we cannot have any chapters or cantos without our fill of fights, right? Allah, was this trial not readily overcome? Not the point. Think on it a little more. Seems like they assume that Honglu bought something here in order to participate in that family hierarchy evaluation. Then there's no reason to assume that we've seen the last of them. They're gonna try again to take out the competition. A highly accurate assessment of the situation by the executive manager. Expected no less from someone of your genius. Thank you. Naturally born genius or something. Going for the classics of bow nosing today, Otis. Since when was it bow nosing to compliment a job well done? I mean, that's kinda the very definition. Do you not expect? Listening conversations most riveting. But I would prefer some silence while we wait. Seems that the company foresaw such difficulties. They sent you a support team to help handle this issue. Huh. We heard voices coming from behind us, from where Virgilius pointed. Is it time for... No. My, you guys still haven't learned how to stick to the plan, have you? It really threw me off when I was told to meet you in some big streets location, away from our agreed rendezvous point. Familiar voice they could not forget. Hey, it is Sword. Been a while, everyone. And this is Pilot. Hi. I'm here too. Turned around to follow where the voice was coming from, and I recognized the two people we've been hoping to see again.
좋아. 생동감이 살아있는 좋은 공간이 됐군.
I wonder if they're actually gonna fight with us, since clearly they got their eye done for that last Kando when we had a Hong sister on our side. That would be neat. Sword? And hey, pilot, right? What's wrong? It's like you're all looking at a ghost. Pilot did you tell me that you shared my news of them last time? I did. I sure did, ma'am. Oh, yeah, you did. The sinners each recovered from the initial shock of seeing them again. And soon their faces began to bloom with relieved smiles. Well, good to see that things haven't changed much around here. Sword. So glad to see you okay. Talk to you too. Good to see your gears are turning just fine. Sword smiled with a familiar grin. She did not seem to have changed much since the last time we met, save for a few minor differences. Her outfit and her badge, for example, she got promoted. Let's fucking go. As I recall, you were promoted, yes? Allow me to congratulate you. Yeah. All the hints of melancholy hanging from her smile and flickering in her eyes. Hey. I'm merely congratulating her on her promotion and offering a recognition of excellent accomplishments. I don't see what your problem is here. But we all know the meaning that promotion carries. Indeed, and it's very profound. After all, what meaning is there to a promotion attained without spilling some blood? You're a real piece of work. Man, I kinda can't wait for her Kando too. I mean, I guess Odysseus later on in the Odyssey kinda was very fine with sacrificing a lot of people from his crew, wasn't he? Let me ask you something then. If everyone behaves like you do around her, tiptoeing around the facts, keeping it hush-hush about what happened, where she's going to get the bare minimum of the recognition and the consolation she deserves. Hush-hush would have been nice. You know, even though I heard some of the whispers that let my partner die just so I can snag a promotion. So in that regard, I appreciate that, Otis. With being technical, I did die. Except my brain was intact. But even K-Cop's regenerative impulse could have revived me if it wasn't. Then, did Abby also? Apparently they went right for Abby's head when they stabbed him with a prosthetic. Oof. According to the coroner's autopsy. K-Cop ampules, life insurance. Neither of them can revive someone with a damaged brain. It is what it is. Anyways, let's not dwell on the depressing stuff. Yeah, let's just get some nice hot pot or something. We're here for work. Let's get some work done. Let's talk about work, okay? Pilot? Yes, ma'am. Well, Lester here. Coincidentally, I happen to make friends with a fella who has ties to the Shear family, so I brought him over. Hey, is that everything? Yes, sir. Peering over. God damn it. Just as everyone was reading in stunned silence, at the least informative, least helpful briefing we ever had, the splash of sitting through. I mean, aren't those the best briefings? It's at least over. Ishmael was the first to catch herself. She looked up at Sword. Sword, can we rely on you for some elaboration here? The briefing was a good demonstration of the necessity of educating the 5 W's and 1 H principle. What's the 5 W's? Is it what, who, when, and stuff like that, and how? Okay, yeah, that actually makes sense, I guess. Looks like we have a lot to discuss when she gets back, Pilot. Did I do something wrong? Man, intern doesn't even get it right. Pilot buddy, just stop. You're digging yourself a deeper hole with every word. Gregor quickly leaned in to warn Pilot, but it was likely too late. An unnoticeable crease had already formed between Saul's spores. Prior to commencing this high-priority operation, it was necessary for us to find individuals with connections to H-Corp. So we as the preliminary observation unit were put to the task, and we managed to establish a connection with an individual. Ooh, someone from my family? No, we tried, but your family proved to be rather difficult not to crack. However, as we were wasting our precious time with all of our leads, Pilot pursued an unconventional method to establish this connection. I really didn't hold back on compliments then. This is how you... Our collaborator is the former employee of the GF family. After leaving the family, he now runs lodging business? Let's go. And it's likely that he is far removed from the family politics. Less motivation for him to attack us due to conflicting interests. Yes, and according to Pilot's report, he still regards the GF family positively. How can I not consider the blessings they have given me? Unfamiliar voice butted into the conversation, as though to continue Saul's explanations. I humbly present myself before the fellowship, young Master Bao Yu. Please call me Qing Tao. He greeted us in the most polite fashion before bringing his hands together in odd motion. Oh, is this how people greet each other here? Yep, it's called the Bao Quan gesture, bringing fists and palm together to express respect and peace towards the receiver. Knights greet one another by shaking their hands for the self-same purpose. For those who are indeed one possessed of a chivalrous spirit. Ah, indeed. Much did I worry about the qualities of people young Master surrounded himself with, but I see that he is in company of those wise in the ways of the West. I prostrate myself before the vast breadth of your knowledge. What grand generosity it is to open my chart the waterways of wisdom to quench my barren lands. Yeah, you can trust this, man. Something feels familiar about this. She's been getting less and less verbose with blood leaking these days. Not like this guy, for sure. That's true. He's kinda like... How should I put this? A bit much. What are you guys talking about? Communicating only by the sound of a ticking clock. This is something I'd already known ahead of time, yet. But a most curious exchange to behold in person. Brief this journey may be, yet I shall find myself thoroughly entertained in its entirety. Maybe it's a subtle sprinkle of disrespect that reminds me of the usual flavor. Mate, is this about me? You dare! Was all the bootlicking she did supposed to be a source of pride for her or something? Oda shook her head with a clear distaste and so toward me. We are nothing alike, executive manager. I mean... Never have I once said such empty flattery in your presence, filled with nothing but hot air and superlatives. I leave the guidance of these backstreets to him. Well, looks like this is where... Soldiers fell silent, her eyes lingering on Virgilius, who stood somewhat apart from the rest of us. So I finally get to meet the red geese in the flesh. I've been looking forward to this day for a long time. Effie would have loved to be here. Manager. Virgilius seemed to sense a lingering gaze and walked toward us after nodding slightly in her direction. Manager Sword. Let's not make this any longer than it has to be. I'm not happy to be helping you with your businesses. Much rather put this behind me as soon as possible. Oh please, it's our historic first collaborative operation, isn't it? Can you spare a little more time with us? The guide's butts actually doing something. That guy? Yes, unfortunately LCC has our own businesses to take care of today, so I won't be accompanying the LCB this time. And that guess will be helping us out to get it done. I guess you need the muscle, huh? Taking Memphi there. Vroom vroom. Maybe it's not that unfortunate, now that I think about it. Like, every mission with the LCB's always been an uphill battle to get anything done. Wow, rude? Well, you see, back then we were... just messing with you. I'm sure we have another chance to work together again. Boss, don't got much time. Wait, before you go, would you ask some explanation, Virgilius? I will leave the details to Miss Faust. I'm quite busy. Very well. Virgilius turned around and left toward Mephistopheles with an oddly disgruntled expression. Well then, I'll see you around. Next time I'll show you all. I show that I can carry my own weight. I believe in you, pilot, even if you have like peak Gen Z haircut. And it annoys me, but you go, my man. You know, oh boy, the last time we've met I really was so damn pathetic. Pilot, competence is shown through action, not words. Southern Pilot gave us a light nod before following Virgilius. Some sinners opened their mouths to speak, hesitated, then closed them again. We let them go without a word. Perhaps we didn't know what we could say to not make this an awkward farewell. Very well, please, this way. Or maybe we are simply mindful of this guy, who was responsible for the quality of our stay. I mean, it's at least nice to have an actual local, right? Even if I don't think you should totally trust this man. Especially since the next fight is called Ambush again. Well done.
현장에서
Let's get ambushed. Deep resentment ought to be washed away. For when the far one comes, betwixt the burned door shall a star fall astray. Are you sure we're going the right way? I don't like the sound of these weird songs. The main suites are mostly teeming with those seeking to bring harm to the young master. We must venture an alternative path. And like he said, there weren't any skirmishes once you made it deeper into the dark alleyways. The lack of foot traffic would normally be pretty unsettling, but I guess that's what we needed at this moment. As for this song, it's a song that's become rather popular in the backstreets in the recent months. The lyrics are pretty ominous for a popular song. It's a song that's spread through word of mouth. It sings of how the decimated Kong family... Oh no, they got King Kong. No. This is not a place to discuss such matters. I will share the tale in a more appropriate setting later, should we've come across, or was this the Donkey Kong family? Didn't know there was a song like that. Is this the first time you've heard of it too, Honglu? He's a posh kid from a posh family. Nobody's ever such his precious feet in the backstreet, so it's no wonder he's never had anything like it. I've been to the backstreets before. But Heathcliff isn't wrong. I did spend most of my time in my room. That's precisely because we were the most treasured of them all, young master. Much like how the shade of the greatest dwarf is so cherished, prized, and hidden in the deepest depth of one's coffers where none shall reach. I mean, that clearly is mentioning his Jedi, right? I guess during this canto we at least gotta get an explanation for it, because what else are we gonna get than the Sinner's backstory? I'm like him? To a lesser degree, particularly as of late. So that guy used to work for the Chia family, huh? Do you know him, Honglu? Young master, is there something on my face? Honglu stopped himself. I saw a thought flash in his head, glanced quietly in my direction. Then, it's nothing. Shall we continue walking down this road? he is actually a spy or something. Indeed. Humble as I may be, I'm very well versed in the rules of this area. Hongnu shook his head at me as he casually changed the subject. It was as though he was trying to hide something we know from Qingtao. Should we be suspicious of something? He is a collaborator, but only a temporary one. A degree of caution would be advisable. Given Pilot's clear experience in AET, we would do well to remain suspicious of this character. Horst and Otis approached me as Honglu was nodding along and chatting amicably with our guide. Well, looking back at our journey so far, I think we learned our lesson about blindly trusting every collaborator we come across. I mean, the trust will all perish, it's nothing new. With this growing mistrust in mind, I slowly made my distance from the guide before asking Faust the burning question. So what was it about the back there with Virgilius? Something about him going off to help them out? The consequences of his actions at Wuthering Heights. At least, probably not too bad if he can just repeat like this, right? Oh. His actions were a violation of one of the more important items in his contract with the company. He's simply taking responsibility for the breach of contract. I think back to the incident at the manor. Feels like such a long time ago now. I mean, in a sense, hasn't it kinda literally been like almost a year at this point? When did Heathcliff's calendar release? I mean, wasn't it around this time? Man, we really just get 2 calendars a year, aren't we? I'm getting to Doomer. Right? That's kind of a bummer. He really helped us out of a pickle. What? That's what they're taking him away for? Is there a problem, honored guests? It's nothing. Nothing at all. No problemo. Right, Vyoshu? As you, idiot. Assault, can you carry he for a little bit? He's that tired. It will be done. Heathcliff punched in the gut by the hilt of Ryoshi's sword, fell forward right onto Masol's welcoming shoulder. What, dear? You know, the kind of person I hate the most? The kind of dull people who can't read the room. Don't you feel the same way, Dante? Yep. I nodded enthusiastically, as something seemed to imply that she wasn't really asking me a question. She was sending a message? I don't think she was about to punch my lights out, but... Morty and Vyosha judged correctly this time. Classified cover information must not be discussed in the presence of an outsider. Reminds me of the time he got knocked out cold for a while because he kept asking questions without raising his hands. This guy just doesn't learn, huh? You successfully preserved the secrecy of classified information for spilling blood. I applauded this policy. I did good, didn't I? Just not the fun of how they're treating Heathcliff like dirt now. If it's no problemo, as you say, then that's well indeed. Yet, I worry that it appears that the problem has found us anyway. I stopped and looked around, realizing that we were surrounded by a group of people wielding various weapons in their hands. I'm finding us a safer path. It's likely that my guidance has indeed given us a much safer path away from the more obvious skirmishes. However, to my great regret, it appears the more absurd of our enemies have tracked us here. Damn it. Then what are you even here for? Isn't it your job to prevent this exact scenario? Heh. Let's leave the finger pointing for later. We're gonna have to take them all down. He must not be allowed to disseminate our current location. Exactly. Where are you slinking off to, Mr. Qingtao? I must regrettably and humbly say that my talents were terribly lacking, so I intend to become scarce for a moment. Yet I have the utmost faith in the strength of our young master, the honored guests, in overcoming this adversity, so... But he really is a likable guide, isn't he? Big Tower was already standing so far away from the front lines, and he was practically hiding behind me. Faust, anything you can tell us about these enemies? No, but a consultation with the Gesellschaft seems unnecessary if we had to determine whether negotiating with them is an option. They're coming. Massault, wake Heathcliff up and set him down. It will be done. Massault is quite a good team. Well, I mean, I wonder what's actually up with the family then. That it's more or less the city. Well, the district was already more or less evading Honglu's survival too. And it seems like there's plenty of people just hired to look out to get rid of enemies. Anyways, we win with. Actually, tough looking stranger, man. Do you have any cool sanity? You gain Fairchild, that is nice. Bleed and paralyze. I mean, don't love to see the paralyze.
칼날이 잘 드네요. 아마 그 공격이 약점이었겠죠?
That's the weakness indeed.
아직 죽지 마라.
저 개체부터 처리하면 편할 것 같아요.
개체 제압.
자! 숨통 끊기.
Yeah, I mean... I guess I can't wait to also hit like the later stages that had to get nerfed.
방금 어떻게 하셨어요?
Because I do be win baiting.
흑수묘, 뒷박질 춤.
I feel like, for what I will face the last intervallo, I feel like at least gameplay wise it was very interesting since you kinda had to team build on the fly a bit. And I think for this one I'm just gonna go with I think my Rupture team and I win wait, I guess.
길에서 비켜.
아직 죽지 마라.
아까 했던 공격 덕에 한결 수월해진 것 같아요.
헤어내리.
좋네요.
Well, and I guess you hope that our Yusang is not gonna corrode while just press win wait on him.
그림자 속으로 가라앉게.
Honestly, I still really like the design of Fey Lantern's kit and everything. It is just like one of the most win-rate unfriendly designs, with he basically corroding himself if you play him how win-rate would play and actually win the classes instead of just losing them.
좋네요.
헤어내리.
Maybe I should turn the game audio a bit lower.
길에서 비켜.
결투는 끝나지 않아. 좋은 결투.
Easy. Thank you for giving me that CG back. Boss sites in the immediate vicinity have been eliminated. Our collaborator, who'd been hiding far from the battle, quickly went up to our side as soon as the fight ended. Are you unhurt, young master? Yep, I'm totally fine. Of course, our honored guest's martial skills were all exceptionally brilliant, but... Young master, your light was the brightest even among the incandescent. The humble servant could not hold back his tears at his wondrous sight. To witness such excellent martial arts from none other than the young master himself. What an unexpected surprise. But don't the children of the Cheer family undergo all kinds of strict training regimens from childhood? It was simply my assumption that young master had ceased his trainings. Wow, are you calling our man lazy? Once he departed the family. Anyways, how do you think they tracked us down anyway? About that, it appears that we weren't exactly tracked down. Perhaps it may be that the ilk who lurk in these parts of the backstreets recognize the young master's vulnerable countenance. I mean, wouldn't it make more sense to just basically get a nice hood and everything for Hong Lu to hide his presence? Would it be unironically not peak to just basically use one of his IDs to kinda... I mean, he would still be the higher and everything, but I would assume that's especially something like Fang Hunt and stuff like that, or just get the K-Corp going or something like that. Looks a lot less suspicious, right? He should hold himself a bit differently, maybe? I don't know, but I feel like we should do our best to disguise Hong Lu, and we're not doing it. I don't think my face is that well known. I mean, you have a very recognizable shade eye though, my man. The family Heimek variations are nigh. Even every soul living in Hongyan must know the face of the young master who is loved by every elder of the family. It must be that they are under the assumption that you are carrying something of great value. Family Heimek, huh? Didn't Jiexun say something about eyes back then? They all assumed wrong then. I didn't think anything precious that the elders might be looking for. Young master, even now? Just couldn't care less about it. That's all. Besides, many of my siblings are much better fitted to be the family hierarch than I am. That's... well... That is indeed a relief. A relief, is it? But of course, it is a highly dangerous endeavor to partake in the higher aberrations. I mean, we gotta do it anyways. I guess that's what next can do about then. I mean, that would make so much sense. So it is of great relief to know that young master is not putting himself in unnecessary danger. I guess that could be a relief, sort of. Now that we took them all down, there shouldn't be any more on the way, right? Quack? Can we not jinx ourselves for 1 second? But why are you loving me, Yoshiro? Now I'm worried. Please, do not concern yourselves any further. We'll take a more clandestine path. I guarantee a safe and easy passage to our destination. I still have a hard time buying that. The layout of this place would constitute a perfect place to set up an ambush in most places, yet you claim this to be the safer path? Yet I must ask you to place your faith in this humble servant, for Hongyang is not like most places. Fine, for now. I'll just shut her eyes for a moment, out of retorts, then turn to look at Ishmael. Hey Ishmael, you must have a pamphlet of this place handy, don't you? No way, you're actually going to read it? Else would I ask? No, I mean, how could I not be caught off guard after almost a whole year of getting pushed off by everyone every time I plead with them to read the damn pamphlets? Man, Ishmael's just me for real. Like, hey, did no one think to... I will find my own intel if you're just going to ramble on with your grievances. Okay, fine, hear this. Or just open the pamphlet and began intently clearing at its text, as though she didn't want to miss even the smallest detail of information in there. Suspicion clear on her knitted brows. I mean, this must be one hell to navigate, right?
좋아. 생동감이 살아있는 좋은 공간이 됐군. 다음 먹잇감
Free lunacy, yo.
좋겠어.
And it's actually not that many stages. I mean, I guess the intervals are always short. And I say always short and we're already 1 hour in. Man, I wonder if we find more interesting objectives again, since last time they at least had something different than just cleared in amount of turns. We were on a desperate run. All the while fighting off hordes upon hordes of enemies. Oi, what happened to safe and easy passage? Explain the shite? It appears that the young master's waiting contents was made known. I thought we were finding a more clandestine passage? How come we're getting jumped by even more enemies? As I have said, the young master's radiant. At least try to give a little variation to your excuses. I cannot so easily say that he's being untruthful, given the disjointed legions of the enemies attacking us. All the blade with the pamphlet in the hand, clearly frustrated but unable to establish anything concrete. For people without a clear legions to attack a member of the Chia family, looks like everyone in the backstreets has been getting pretty plucky while I was away. Back then I couldn't even catch a glimpse of their faces. They would be on their hands and knees whenever we walked past. Oh, what a wonderful change! Oh, shove that wonderful change up your ass, you bloody loon. How strong until we get there? My Kashan is near. Calm your worries. The guy seems oddly calmer now that he did at the beginning of this journey. I mean, I guess we have at least proven that we can defend ourselves. Did he really get numb to all the violence that fast, or... Speaking of which, what's a Kashan? It's a term normally used to refer to taverns, inns, or equivalent places of lodging in this region. Lodging, huh? Like a hotel? I'm not that stupid, Vodian. It's gonna be pretty fancy then, huh? Do they serve like complimentary snacks and drinks like the Warp Train? Not sure about that, but it seems like Kashans also serve alcohol, let's go. And food alongside the lodging services. Maybe we can get a meal in there. And hopefully we won't be attacked there like this. I mean, I played Baldur's Gate. You go to an inn, you're gonna get shunned by the most strong being you ever encountered in your life up till then, so, man, that was a great jam. I should do this as my own roleplay game one day. It's gonna be a funny callback. Residential non-aggression taboo. Any mutual acts of violence inside our residential buildings is within this particular area and floor from young and taboo. That is nice. A taboo. We may rest easy within then. I saw Faust's eyebrows slightly twitch. So she just had heard the most ridiculous thing. I'll ask her about it later. I mean, I guess Faust should know very well that there are enough people that probably get away with breaking taboos, right? And those are kind of the people we need to look out for. Ah, man. It was some kind of family hierarchy, family head selection contest. I couldn't save all this fighting until then. Because it would be too late. Huh? Late, how? Every hierarchy candidate must have brought incredible precious treasures with them. Something nice if they believe that their own treasure is the most precious of them all. But everyone's going to try to take each other's just to be sure. I see. Just in case someone else brought something even better than their own. And might as well kill them too, for the sake of convenience. Is that how the folks in your family think? What kind of line of thinking is that? I mean, very extended family, I take. But other families don't seem too different from mine. Damn. Deepest apologies for intruding on this most informing conversation. However, we may be inviting even further trouble by dallying here. With that, the guy pulled out a watch to check the time. It will be nighttime soon. Man, sure wonder what he could find in the night out here.
제가 도움이 될지는 모르겠지만 노력해 보겠습니다.
I hope we at least move on from those filler fights soon.
제가 도움이 될지는 모르겠지만 노력해보겠습니다.
I mean, I guess I more or less already know that we also gotta fight the middle. I guess the middle is gonna be the bigger antagonist with the sweepers then?
부서진 훔칠듯하며 아직 죽지 마라.
아까 했던 공격 덕에 한결 수월해진 것 같아요. 좋네요.
다시 제압 완료.
I love seeing people explode into bloody bulbs though.
한결 수월해진 것 같아요. 좋네요.
Also with how often Hongu's sister actually gets mentioned, I kinda really hope that next season we get an idea of her. Since I guess she will be story relevant again.
가치 없군. 부서진 죽어. 더 이상 얻을 정보는 없군요.
I'm not quite sure which city you would give it at this point.
좋아 보이시네요.
흑수미 뒷박질 중.
What would be kinda ways to give it to Yoshu, for example, now?
이제 끝내.
I mean, could maybe give it to Faust? Or maybe Ishmael could use a good Vapch ID.
가치 없.
Don't really see her as that. But yeah. I mean, I guess he could also always gender bend the ID, but why would he do that? The sisters peak. Now, here we are. Is this the place? After running through alleyway after alleyway, after turning corner after corner, finally came across the side of several small buildings tightly built next to another. The center of them was a building lit with red lamps, adorned with a door plate with complicated looking letters scribbled over it. This is shoddier than I expected. Hey, isn't this place a bit too trashy to house your precious young master? That's not our building. Please look this way to see where our honored guests will be staying for the night. I knew it. I heard so much from Honglu about all the splendor, all the... Huh? They followed King Tao's finger and arrived at a small warehouse of sorts, exterior painted in black. That looks smaller than even Festivus. I mean, at least it's inconspicuous and people would not expect us to be here, probably. Can we all even fit in there? It's fine. We can all share a bed. Hey, that place looks trashy as heck, even for us. Let alone your young master. This isn't near as castle we could afford to stay in. At least among the ones that I manage. Yet, its location in Backstreet's heavily limits the level of decency it can afford. My deepest and sincerest apologies, young master. Don't worry, we can always sleep in decent places. It looks just fine for an overnight stay to me. Are you nuts? Can anything even fit all of us in there? Much did I wish to guide the honored guests to the family mansion in the Central Zone. It would be funny if we only encounter the sweepers because all the visitors go like, sorry, I don't want to sleep in trashy hotel. However, the time... the sweeping wave... doesn't it start at 3:30 in the morning? Like we've got plenty of time to get there. It is gonna be our whole motivation, isn't it? Exactly. Don't you have more than enough time to get to this family mansion? According to the H-Corp travel guide, some area is only like an hour away from here. Has the honor guest traveled to District 8 before? Well, no, this is my first time here, but... Then one must ask how the other guest could claim to have the full understanding of a place merely by flipping through a book. Man, can't believe her pamphlets are getting trashed like this. After all her prep. But she hasn't had to contended with it in person. Innumerable, unpredictable changes awaited this teeming jungle of buildings. Shifting structures, constantly changing paths, ambushes from foolish yet vicious syndicates, or even officers of the backstreets. Oh, we are beset by danger from all sides. Such a bold, flippant approach predicting the phenomena of this place is to court death. Even a toddler must know that. One fails to disguise his other sorrow at the inadequacy of her wisdom. Man, ruthless. Is that me, or are we all thinking back to Ishmael back at the Great Lake? Sip it, Dante! But if the guidebook lists a path, does it not imply that it is technically possible to reach there in time? Or just suddenly took a step forward. Man, is it really that out of the comfort zone? I kind of want to see how trashy the place actually is. And hand us the H-Copter pamphlet that Ishmael was talking about. I have faith that if our executive manager would lead us in your direction he challenged that, he would be able to lead us to our destination before night falls. Me? This does not appear to have been discussed beforehand. Very well, allow me to speak freely without frills. My responsibility is to bring the honored guests to the Centwest Zone and to ensure the young master's safety. It is indeed technically possible to reach the family mansion before the night in the backstreets commences. Technically. Yet, any money out of danger to the young master shall be permitted. The permission that has been sequentially bestowed upon this humble servant is not to guide the young master with haste, but to guide him with utmost safety. It is such that those engaging in strategies and plans must remain wary of losing sight of the purpose. To suddenly forge on tour at the family mansion in lieu of necessary intel to see when the mobs of the science would end is to wrongly prioritize the journey over the destination. I mean, I cannot blame the man. Honestly, we really should not be in a rush here. But yeah, I could also see how this would be maybe a bit more thrilling if we would not know about the sweepers actually appearing this intervallo and it being centered about the sweepers, because I mean, I can tell you right now what decisions we are making, and I'm gonna tell you that it's gonna backfire and we're gonna fight the sweepers instead. You. Oh, you. Wonderful. Truly impressive. You have all the qualities of someone I would trust with my life when devising a stratagem. This is the most fitting attitude for those who genuinely wish the best for those they serve. Really? You're just gonna start going along with him all of a sudden? I've most understood the intentions. Truly. Huh? They sparked my ire by comparing some of your choices towards my very own. Yet, now, I have been open to the honest loyalty that lies within your heart. I mean, is it really loyalty if you're just doing your job and wanting to get paid? The humble servant did not imagine even in his wildest dreams that there would be someone who understands the patterns of his loyalty. It seems that young master certainly gained an eye for allies and fellowships. This is the cause of much relief in my heart. Listen to him. This one knows how to jest. I'm basically best buds now, huh? I may have lost my cool for a moment there. Anyway, this man speaks true. It's highly likely we would be exposed to attacks of similar nature, were we to continue moving at this time. She's just fully on his side now, isn't she? I suddenly realized that she was looking in my direction. A exaggerated smile had all but completely faded from her face. This is an odd but that serious expression. When her gaze is locked, she nodded. She must be completely turned around by that guy. Is this a way of saying, so long, I'm gonna quit and go work with this guy now? Thanks for everything? Nah, that's not his style. And as for this hotel, it is so much better than sleeping in our tent barracks. We should be able to relieve ourselves of some fatigue here before moving on. Did you not earlier insist on continuing our search for better accommodation with the greatest vehemence, Miss Otis? Yeah, whatever. We get to your point. Let's go inside. My humble self can only behold your generous acceptance of this insufficient lodging with the deepest gratitude. After all that serious talk, one seemed oddly relieved to hear our decision as he poured his fist and palm together. Architecture of today mustn't be judged with such haste merely by an observation of the exterior. The interior may hold all to be surprised of, maybe not. If audience surrendered, wouldn't that be nice? We made our way into the building. I mean, that doesn't look too bad, all things considered. They made it out to be a lot worse. Exactly. Or, this actually ain't so bad. It's clear in here. This place presents a rather classical aesthetic. Landscape paintings lining the walls give off a rather sophisticated mood. There's much more spaces inside than it looks from the outside. Do you have some kind of space expansion technology in here too? No, it seems that the building only appeared small due to the density of structures in proximity. Well, the door is now open. Should my presence be required? I should have been the small shed next to this building. Please do converse freely. I mean, okay, don't trust to converse freely. The man smiled awkwardly and quietly excused himself as the excitement among the citizens began to grow. Meanwhile, Honglu stood a fair distance from the guide, quietly watching his face as he left. His expression was enigmatic, as if he were gazing up in the clouds. The flowers? Even the wind? There was no light in those eyes. It was as if they beheld a storm cloud, a desolate field of wilted flowers and a howling, destructive gale. Do you suspect something, Honglu? So I decided to ask. Not yet, I don't think. Huh? Not yet? So, Big Brother, something felt off to you too, huh, Orts? That's when we caught a familiar voice. Oh, Xishun, it's you, and so soon too. Yeah, I told you, I had a feeling we'd be seeing each other again very soon. Please give me ideas of them. I mean, it would be strange if you would not be seeing her IDs, but it would be peak if basically next filler banner more or less before we get new Kante would just be their IDs. I mean, I guess ideal way is so in 2 weeks we get next Walpurgis. Then, since I kinda doubt they would just carry over on Walpurgis banner still to the next season, get one more banner with them, and then like 1 week after the banner top the new season, right? That's kind of the modus operandi of late, at least last few Kantos. Have you been well, young master? I'm so glad to see that you're doing well, Master V. Oh wait! Don't tell me you're staying here too, Xishun. No, we wouldn't have set foot in a place like this, but I went to some kind of large-scale construction on my way back to the family mansion. Huh. I mean, I figured that this outside the city was already set up too. It makes sense that someone is basically tunneling them. Had to come into the back streets. So we weren't the only ones troubled by that random construction site. Hey, hail to V! The confident look on Jisung's face was immediately replaced by that of alarm. Did she lose her memories again? Is she with you? No, thank you, it's the same as always. But she looks like such an airhead. Well, excuse young Chishu, well, would you accompany me to the lounge but a moment so that we may share a moment of catching up? Oh, yeah, actually, let's do that. Hold on. She actually seemed to hesitate for a moment, staring at Don Quixote after hearing that her memories were intact, before walking right up to her. I like that idea, shall we? Why don't you go and find a room for me to stay in while I talk some things out with her? Uh-huh. What? You want to do some catching up, right? This, Manager Esquire? Loss of critical personnel may be a cause of disciplinary action, Dante. I don't think there's anything wrong with making friends, though. Actually, I guess I'd take a Don Quixote ID. And honestly, replacing the 2-star Don ID might also be nice. Looks like she's one really that likes Don Quixote if she's comfortable enough to tease her like that. It's not Don Quixote she likes. She only just wants Don Quixote's powers she saw back then. My lady, this is hardly the appropriate place for... Fine, I'll try again later. Go get some sleep. I'm heading in too. She's on side, with a bit of disappointment before heading into the lobby. Alright, let's all head inside now. So I and the rest of the circle followed her to the lodging.
좋아. 생동감이 살아있는 좋은 공간이 됐고. 다음 먹잇감도
The
이런
story never ends.
좋겠어.
Well, I guess they're getting betrayed now. I mean... I guess we either getting like directly betrayed or I guess the Riddle would just pop in? I mean, they would have a grudge against us. I wonder if we actually fight against Ricardo specifically or just the Middle. But I feel like those are like the only events that I could see that actually make us abandon the building. Ivan was busy looking around and commenting on various things in our lodging, but Sinclair appeared to be the most anxious of them all. Sinclair? Something in here stands out. Like, imagine an ideal picture. Did you call? Okay, actually, I need to vent for a second since I got spoiled this exact dialogue on Twitter already because I saw on Project Moon Twitter someone go on with how they really need to translate this better because the Yisang pun does not work at all in English. And yeah, the Yisang pun does not work at all in English since you would normally, at least if you're just casually going through the story, you would not know that Yisang is basically written the same way as Ideal. But honestly, I kinda love that the translators are faithful enough to keep this in exactly as it is instead of trying to come up with different puns in English or something like that. And honestly, the localizers keeping that whole Yisang bit in that he loves puns and always like, yeah, does this with Ideal and stuff like that gets mentioned, kind of taught me some Korean in a sense, and it is just so nice. That's why I feel like, yeah, as a localizer, it's nice to stay faithful. I mean, I guess somewhere as a translator, so you need to give context, I guess, which is not the most Yisang way to do it, but especially if you have the context, I still really appreciate that. And honestly, I kinda love the bit even more because it does not work. I'm feeling with my man Yisang here. I'm the same. I love my puns, but I cannot make good puns, so that's why Yisang is up there as best sinner. Anyways. Aw, I missed that joke. Yisang? That's not what I was. I'm not. Anyway, am I the only who feels like something stands out like a sure thumb from the whole picture? Oh, yeah. Glad you brought it up. I didn't say anything because I thought it was just me. What here? So what's so off about this place? Isn't it obvious? Where'd all the commentary snacks go? What's that weird mystery table at the center of this room? Food is expensive, okay? Huh? That is kinda weird though. What's the table doing there? Okay, I mean, that's how it's pictured. This seems like very strange interior design. You would have the table so much closer to the seating arrangement. And then yeah, this is the smallest table. I guess I could picture that they brought in the table specifically for us in Tonglu, basically. But even then, I feel like you would position it closer, right? Or is this just Feng Shui I'm not getting? The saturated colors are quite the pleasant sight to behold. So, is it any better in... What the hell is that hideous table? The kerfuffle sparked by the particularly unsightly piece of indoor furniture calmed somewhat once everyone made it inside the building. Of course, no one is able to discern the real purpose of the table yet. Every step on the floor leaves black residue on the shoes. Not only the floor. Touching the walls leaves an unidentified black substance on one's fingers. Not to mention how the walls were built in odd fashion. What could possibly be the construction of the structure? Well, my guess is that the maintenance stuff's been slacking. Maybe, otherwise everything's neatly organized if that's the case. We have enough see the establishments to tell when a place has gone a while before they tidy up. At least it appears that each room is furnished with a bed. Why, this is far from optimal. Executive furniture, we will be able to rest here. I guess they really didn't have the time to clean up. Sure. Last person to walk in after having taken her time, takes in the area outside the lobby, stood plenty around the room with a ghast expression. I mean, couldn't it be also more or less be a defensive measure? Like, it would be very easy to see that someone infiltrated your place then if you more or less are forced to leave behind steps like that, right? And traces on the wall and stuff like that. It's the only thing I could imagine right now. I'm not even sure what to say to this ridiculous negligence. Then found a room after leaving a scathing remark. Name the first time we are sauntering right into some shady business, ain't it? Let us cross a bridge when we come to it, yeah? I guess. Anyone could tell that there was something definitely wrong about that guy. Some sinners, including Heathcliff, had already slumped to the floor. Was supposedly expressing their desire to rest with a collective sigh of exhaustion. Well, it's pretty weird, but at least we have a roof over our heads. In that case, Dante, perhaps this may be a good time to announce the day's close of business. I've never made this announcement outside the bus before. Oh, alright. I hereby confirm today's close of business for the sinners. Understood. Thank you kindly. Starting now, you all will be given a maximum of 12 hours to partake in sleep and rest. The duration is subject to change. Have a good night. As soon as they finished, the sinners each began to relax in their own ways, some stumbling into the rooms, while others lingered to speculate over the bizarre table at the center of the room. I want to know more about table. Save for Otis, that is. Got something to say, Otis? Yes, Executive Manager. It's about our guide, Qing Tao. Oh, your new best friend from earlier? Seemed like you guys were getting along pretty well. What? That is simply untrue. Did you not see the signal I gave you earlier? I figured. What signal? God damn it. Sometimes I feel like Dante is still very dense. Oh, you mean when you nodded slightly in my direction? Indeed, the individual has an informational advantage over us when it comes to this location. Regardless of how sound accusations we come up with were, he would have been able to explain them away using his familiarity with the region. I thought, As a party with an informational disadvantage, it'd be wise to feign camaraderie and friendship with that individual and go along with their plans while trying to dig out as much intel as possible. I mean, that is a good and shrewd plan. I actually thought the suspicious guy told you when you're over. Executive manager. I've been in this business for many years. How could you even imagine I would be fooled by an amateur spy who's so oddly it's nothing. My disappointment was palpable. She stopped herself. So she remembered that there were more important matters at hand. I was uncertain as to how long that individual would be accompanying us. We reasonably speculate that he approached the SCCB with the explicit purpose of eliminating Honglu, Chiabao. Present the fact that it was Pilot, an experienced screen horde, somehow conveniently came across this connection. There's not evidence supporting the suspicion. That's almost the two. Force also has information to share. Force joined the conversation after listening to us discuss for some time. A review of every known taboo has failed to identify one he called residential non-aggression taboo that universally prohibits acts of violence within residential areas. Ah, I love when the man is lying to us. I guess that's why he also was probably just quickly discard just the pamphlet and the book from Ishmael, right? Because, I mean, I would assume a traveling guide of all things would probably have a list of all taboos, right? I hope so. You would want that. It's too early to come to a conclusion regarding that matter. It appears that this area, Ongyon, has taboos that change depending on the location within its territory. However, considering every other circumstantial evidence, we can come to the conclusion that he was most likely lying to us. Yes, assessment cannot be denied. In that case, we must already be deep within the enemy's machinations. The constant stream of random assailants we faced earlier is also most likely also part of their plan. It may very well be that this building itself is also a trap. Yet we lack the intelligence about this particular back streets to be certain. However, we do have one minor advantage. It seems that they have severely underestimated our capabilities, given the low caliber of the assailants they decided to send after us. I mean, could also have been just to slow us down to make sure we end up here or something like that, right? One thing we can capitalize on is that mutual lack of intel. Keep our guard up, remain alert, and we should be able to get our way out of this trap, Executive Manager. Okay, I get it now. I'm sorry about the misunderstanding, honestly. Didn't know who or what to trust. Then I would appreciate if you could trust me fully next time. I mean, yes, I mean, I feel like we unironically can mostly trust Otis at this time and overall. Like, these situations like this where it's very obvious there's nothing for her to gain. You can trust her. You maybe should stop trusting her when there is something to gain and she can calculate that losing you is not as big as like whatever she would achieve or gain from the betrayal, right? I mean, that's how I would peg her character at least. I'll just bowed politely and returned to her room. Ross and I chatted a little more about Qing Tao and his plans, but our discussion ended without being much fruit. Also, I think I really appreciate at least this intervallo more than last intervallo, since I feel like last intervallo tried to be comedic and kind of wasted, in my opinion, also a lot of time on just being silly and stuff like that, and stuff that felt at least flat for me because that was not directly my humor. This is, I guess, we're not really furthering the overall plot because that is very slow, but I guess I like overall the character. I mean, wouldn't call it development yet, but just characterization of the sinners more. It's nice to see. And I guess we're gonna see big kinda reveal about Hongdu at the end of this to be cliffhanger into next Kanto, right? The witnessing. See, exactly. What was the Kanto called? It was something witnessing. Okay, I like lighting so much more now. I realized that Honglu was missing as I was spending time chatting with the sinners. I didn't notice him going into his room. So I walked to the exit, about to look for Honglu outside, and went into Chiakshu away. Decided to stay in the room close to the door. It's getting late. Where are you going alone without a guard? Oh, just looking for Honglu. Right. I can understand what you're saying. I mean, honestly, you would kinda assume at this point Dante would also have just a notepad with him or something, like to write down and communicate with other people. I mean, I get he's normally surrounded by the sinners, but we had multiple situations now where he kinda ended up alone, right? It really should not be too hard for him to have something around to communicate with. When it comes to conversing without the sinners, I find that there are two types of people. The first type usually says whatever's on their mind without pausing for caring to hear my reply. Given that this type of person isn't actually looking to communicate with me, that simplifies things a little on my end. However, it's also oddly insulting as it seems as though they don't recognize me as a human, but rather a wall. Or a clock on a wall. Yeah, but I mean, I guess I understand that it must be really frustrating, but it's the most efficient way. Especially if you don't have anything else to attempt to communicate with. What are they supposed to be doing? Just give you yes and no questions and wait till you nod your head. That would be very exhausting. And the other type is the one that reads me so well that they might as well be able to hear what I'm saying. I forget how slow you are at this. Rude. I mean, I guess what happens if you actually read out loud and sometimes try to comment on things. Well, yeah, I guess it will take a while. I think I've heard Sir Yes say that it took him like 1.5 hours to go through this. I guess for you, probably something the same then if you're calling me slow at this point. Virgilius falls into the latter category. He recognizes the pitch of my tics and talks, reads my body language, or sometimes even claims to see my expressions, like how Don Quixote does. And Chikshun saw to me with that short exchange. Okay, let's see. Just looking at some early morning air. Oh, Does a prosthetic head even have a respiratory function? Would have guessed from the way it looks. Would not belong in either category. No, not really. I'm just looking for Honglu because I've seen him in a while. V for me. Oh, jeez. But all dialogue was autoplayed and everybody was win rate. Fair enough. I mean, to be fair, but now I'm mostly win rating, but yes, I am trying. I mean, being a streamer is kinda a curse of going through games. You're shaking your head, so no. Then, are you looking for something to eat? She's a new one, the type. For now. Look, I mean, I don't know what is there. The type that tries to figure out what I'm saying without asking for help. I mean, it's kind of admirable. My lady, would it not be wise to wake or find someone who may be able to translate? They would have done that themselves if it was something important. I'm kinda curious though. What was the hand gesture you made when I first asked? You brought your index fingers up to your cheeks. Right, Honglu's always smiling. So I thought maybe I could simulate his smile to convey that I'm looking for him. I mean, he actually did this like at the ending picture of last Kando, right? You saw him like practice smile. Was it last Kando? It was one Kando where in the bus he was practicing smiling with Honglu and stuff. Perhaps it was an effort to express cuteness or beauty. My manager is very cute, okay? What? No. I was trying to express a smiling face. Oh no, this is going to be easy, is it? Huh? They're TikToking a lot more vigorously. Hey, I think you're onto something. This conversation was starting to veer into completely unintended territory. After a bit of trial and error. I see. You're looking for my big brother, huh? We took some very roundabout ways. Man, I would think at least Tandy would be smarter than this. Come on, man. But where the sweepers at? I don't know, man. I don't know. Are they real? Okay, I know they're real, but was eventually able to get it to understand what I was trying to say. Well, if he's who you're looking for, that's easy. You should be able to find him by the launch back there. I doubt he got very far from there if he even left. So that's what you're trying to so hard to communicate? She actually was strangely enough disappointed in the spirit by my reply. I did have something to tell you too, but never mind. Like the mood's been ruined. Let's talk about this another time. I was curious. It will also take ages for me to ask how she's feeling, so in order to express my gratitude before heading to the back entrance. I turned to Lu, gazing at this hasty scene out of the opaque window. But I mean, I assume Sweepers really would be last act, right? We're gonna get betrayed, we're gonna fight the middle, I assume, and then Sweepers. That's Sweepers' prediction. It would be very strange to fight the middle after the Sweepers. It would be very strange if the middle would not be showing up at all. What are you doing here? People watching. There were some people stumbling through the streets outside. As I stared outside the window at the scene, Honglu seemed to sense what I was thinking. Oh god, I wanted to find this dialogue anyways. Wait, can I not? Thinking it began. Are you worried for me, Dante? Well, yeah, it's your turn, Honglu. I love how meta Dante is sauciness at this point. I mean, I guess this is the red hold their order. It really is. I mean, I guess I can also figure it out from being at H-Corp, but yeah. I'm back at H-Corp, and everyone's talking about the family hierarchy selection. But you don't have to worry about me at all. Because I did not wish for anything from Limbus Company. Why did you sign up then? I guess to get away from your family? But that would be still something to wish for, right? Really? I'm not like Yisang. I'm not hiding my true feelings. No one gave me a wonderful promise, like they would help me recover my torn and broken wings. Aww. I mean, come on, everyone deserves some nice wings. Even if it's just some nice chicken wings for you. I tried only to have some new experience, that's all. But we do know that something is definitely going to happen. Whatever it might be, something that will shake you to your very core. Even if you didn't wish for anything, going through something like that could. Probably yes, but it's okay. I'm used to being led by the will of others anyway. Man, peak doomer. No matter what happens here, I can do this like everyone else. Because that's how it's always been. Whatever happens to me or those around me, I only, man. It's kind of gonna be like him being peak nihilism and we box him out of it, aren't we? I mean, nihilism bad. Very hot take, I know, but I don't know why, I guess societal nihilism is, I would say nihilism is kinda popular these days. And it probably shouldn't. Honestly, I guess if I would have been a bit younger, maybe like 10 years ago, I maybe would also have created a bit more of nihilism, but you know, the older I get, the more I feel like being nihilistic is so stupid and dumb. Like, that would really admit that nothing matters, and I can't live. Okay, I should not drift too up into this. Save this for his canto. Loud and boisterous bellow suddenly cut Honglu off even before he could finish the sentence. Oi, let go of me. Just listen to that short talk and tell me I'm not supposed to get mad at that. Dang it, lower your voice. What are you guys doing back there? Gregor and Heathcliff, who were most likely hiding behind the entrance door, tumbled into view. I knew I shouldn't have come here with this guy. Couldn't you be patient for even a few minutes before bursting out of here? How long have you two been listening? From the very start, of course. I thought he was finally making some sense at first. But what's that? Are you used to following others' will? Okay, it's kind of nice to see that, in a sense, the citizens really care about each other at this point. I love it. I didn't mean to hurt you, Heathcliff. I'm only telling the truth. Bloody hell, I'm about to burst the vessel. Oi, buggy bloke. Am I supposed to practice patience after listening to that drivel? I think I'm practicing plenty of patience despite you calling me buggy bloke out of nowhere. So yeah, you are. That's not what I... Finally, some silence. Anyways, so about listening in, fellas. I'll let you in on some big secret if you let this one slide, though. What's the secret? Grabbed his arm awkwardly as I stared at him in silence, then pointed at the pillar in an excellent motion. Guess who's behind that pillar, manager, but man... Nobody likes snitches, Gregor. Come on. With that, two familiar figures stumbled into view from behind the pillar. How could you betray us like that, Gregor? BWHR. What? Bad, weak, and highly annoying. Good, nice news first, sisters. Thank you, Sinclair. I needed you there. Huh? Did I get it wrong? I never said she an ass. When did you get a FU? We should look at Sinclair with some interest before slicing over the ceiling above the entrance. Oh, he got word understanding. With an uncharacteristically wet noise or something cutting through a wall, a black ink-like substance slipped onto the floor, followed by Roddy and Otis crashing down after. Shitty FO. What? Didn't realize I had got such an audience for my story. Executive Manager, the sole reason I followed you out here was for the purpose of protection. I was concerned for your safety, and not like the others who have followed you merely to sate their curiosities. Me? I was a sport. At least he's honest. Then shall we continue the conversation, Dante? Everyone, back to your rooms now. The high shoe pack, let's go. Okay, I guess yeah, we also better destined to fight them. Oh, that's gonna be an interesting... I mean, I feel like Priest Gregor is probably the best thing here that I have leveled right now. It's not like those are amazing IDs I'm sleeping on right now. I mean, becoming his ADD in a sense. I don't think Twinhog is really better than Priest, and just thinking sinking for sinking. I guess a better clashing could be nice, but you get what I mean. After that little kerfuffle, just as everyone was scattering to their rooms, Odin suddenly began to violently oppose leaving me on my own. But actually, it's nice to see that we see more stages where only half the things are available. Love to see it. Also, I can't believe the sinners were so against staying here. Do I have low standards, or does this look pretty nice for the back streets? Are you absolutely certain, Executive Manager? Seriously, don't worry about it. We usually took the night watch on the bus anyway. It is true, however, we are currently in uncharted territory for our team. We do not have much experience sleeping at a place where our safety isn't an absolute guarantee. She doesn't know, chat. Woot? I have all the knowledge. Leiber knows all the outcome. Man, it has been a bit. Okay. Oh, I am... That's a mistake of streaming on a Friday. I am kind of exhausted because Fridays are normally one of the days where I do longer workout sessions. Oh jeez, I can even stand up. I'm great. But 5? Easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kinda really should increase the amount of push-ups for this. I really should go over my redeems again. I think I want to add some other stuff. A bit more workout stuff. I also should be able to finally set up a thing where viewers can basically also just throw basically tomatoes at my VTuber avatar. So every time I'm doing bad, you can just throw things at me. So that's how I'm gonna get you guys to spend all your channel points, but anyways. Hey, we're literally right next door to them. It'll take less than 5 seconds for us to come over when something happens. Do you not know that every second matters in emergencies? No, Babushka the Calm. Let's get you out of here. Only familiar sequence of events and words played out. They eventually left my room, suddenly closing the door behind them. Finally, some peace and quiet. I sit on a corner of the bed, surrounded by silence, allow my shoulders to slump for once. I don't need to sleep like the sinners do. But the fatigue doesn't go away on its own. I need some time to relax and empty my thoughts every once in a while. I guess he needs to meditate. I mean, it's nice to know what actually I guess he does during night. I've gotten somewhat used to the pain. It still hurts like hell when I rewind the sinner's time. I also tracking, what is it? Nobody knows. Position yourself. The longer this journey got, the more frequent and severe the sinner's injuries became. They get stronger, that's for sure, but so did our enemies, which means that my clock is always turning, and turning without a moment to rest. I mean, yes, the environment scales with you. Game design. So I think of the star. Before the... Do we actually get some story furthering? Or... I guess I get DC calls it. Please tell me. We're podcasting the story a bit next Kando. Before the great gates, which I faced with every revival, I witnessed its intricate engravings and feel its silent vibrations. To be fair, I guess this gate might also be the thing we finish Inferno on or something? No? Aww. Even after a whole year, I'm still no closer to understanding what they were supposed to represent. But by emptying my thoughts and just taking in sights, I find myself calming down. Also, the wind is quite cool and crisp tonight. Wait, that's weird. Wind? That's a sudden chill. Something opened the window. There's no way this gentle breeze could have unlatched and left my window wide open like that. If it did, it would have made a pretty loud noise. Besides, The shit isn't coming from in front of me. Slowly turn around to look at where the window was supposed to be. Only to see a melted wall and intruder slinking through the newfound opening. Who are you? Just do your alarm noises and get us in us here. So, driven by some unknown survival instinct, I rolled off the bed. But I was already played right at where my neck and head met. It's still shearing cold. Just a little nudge. I'd be dead. Even before I could even make a tick. I remembered how worried Otis was to leave me alone. I thought he was just being paranoid. I mean, whoever at least sent this session has more intel and knows that you need to take out Dante, right? I should have trusted her judgment. Just as I was getting ready for my final struggle, my final moments filled with regret about not listening to Otis' advice. What a pathetically thin plate. Too delicate to have the clock CIH, don't you think? Bush leapt down from the ceiling and deflected a science dagger away from me. Yoshu! Snacking thinking I was about to do something interesting. But you're just a beast with steel. I looked up to see the ceiling turn open, tipping with vicious paint like fluid, just as I saw earlier during my conversation with Lu. Oh. That's kinda a cool thing. Wonder if you will see more paint houses like this. I kinda like the concept of this. Can I get a painted house? Is this how I afford a place to live in this economy? Probably not, but still, you know. Executive Manager, are you unharmed? An Otis peeking out from the gap. Aye, Otis was the one who instructed Yosha that the ceiling had a room to hide in. I remember that. Shut up and help me. I thought this was just some beast with steel. I could have cut this beast in half, sword and all, and not been on the bus. You don't need to remind me, god damn it. I mean, I guess it's nice, but man, I would say I'm at least a slightly involved Limbus fan. All of your abilities were diminished the moment you were hired by this company, equally defanged and depowered, if you will. Suddenly recalled Hohenheim's commentary back at the LCE. I had a vague notion of what that meant, but now I was really feeling it. Oh no, he has become Shulk. NFW, what is happening? Just as Yosha was struggling to stop that one plate, the intruder pulled out another dagger with the other arm and slashed Yosha's neck. A beast of a Haishu pack. Also, man, since I assume the Haishu packs are like all the different Chinese zodiac signs, I kinda really would love to see more different Haishu packs than just the rabbit ones. Or something like that, but with how we get content, you get like always a glimpse of the city and nothing deeper of it, which is sad. The intruder would have cut her throat had I not burst through my door. Who wields you now? I don't suppose dialogue is an option. Light enters not the vast garden, yet falls a star into its fathom still. No. The intruder reached into his clothes, muttering an odd invocation. Little shit, a talisman? Yeah, the talisman's simply as outdated. Yeah. Why? Get it together? My lady. Just as the intruder's muttering began to grow intense, Jigshun leaped into my room and struck the stranger with a fan. We're going to let the bastard finish that stupid spell? They almost activated the K-Corp talisman. Apologies, my lady. It seems that I still remain somewhat bound by that spell. Listen, you're no longer a Haishu. You serve me now, got that? You don't have to let those things control you anymore. Yes, my lady. My apologies. Maybe there is a future for more Haishu IDs if he's ex-Haishu. I fell limply to the bed with the sudden elevation of stress and pressure. Hey, are you... I can understand them anyway. I managed to stop the session before he laid a hand on them, fortunately. Got it. I don't think there was anyone else in here. Let's switch the lights on. Click. When the lights came on, we saw... This one. This one's a Mao branch, isn't it? There was a black bamboo head wearing a session on the ground. The walls. They are melting. Verses appeared solid before we all went to sleep and now melting away as if they were viscous fluid. There's something wrong with this building. I knew that there must be something to the building, but... How is the high show here? This whole operation's gotta be spearheaded by someone with real power. This isn't just an ambush from an overexcited family highway contestant. I don't understand this. Why the Mao branch? There are better Haishu branches to use if all you wanted was to cut off the clock's head. They must have a different purpose, huh? Correct. This one's from the Mao branch of the Haishu packs, which means more of them must have infiltrated this building. Not at the scale of the side branch. Hey. Hey, why did this... Hey, thanks for the wait. I guess my sound is super working. I love when my technology is working, but thank you, Richie, for waiting. Hope you had a good stream. What did you stream before? Did you also play Olympus? And hi, Raiders. Welcome to our painted house. Therefore, the goal must be to kill every guest staying in this castle, including you, my lady. Then we've got to get moving. We can't let them surround us if we want even a chance of surviving this. Dante! You just finished the sweeping. Nice. I'm having a good time so far. Pretty good intervallo. So just burst into my room, slamming the door open again. Forward. Thank me later. If we don't move our asses, we good as dead. Me? Yes. We don't have the time to contact the main forces of our faction at the family mansion. You know what to do when we are at a numerical disadvantage, right? It will be done, my lady. Objection, and they immediately stormed out of the room as soon as they saw the sinners enter, so they've been waiting in here for my protection. Don Quixote and Cracker stood wet-faced and on edge. My sword was covered in battle wounds, and all this wore an inscrutable expression. I stand before you in shame, to have to borrow the hands of another to protect the executive manager. See. I know, I should have listened to what you said. Clearly we always cared for, at least. Extrapolating from the pattern by which the walls have disintegrated, it is likely that they utilized identical means of infiltration for each sinner. Oh, right. Oh, right. Somebody would maybe kill Hong Lu. We're attacked by bamboo-headed assailants too. The ranks numbered many, Manager Esquire. Yet, for how many of them there were unsettlingly silent. Verily, we were almost... I mean, it's kind of impressive that nobody actually got off then. Not almost. I saw on the way here that some of us did kill... Okay, impale straight to the guards whip. Oh, I guess that explains why only like half the citadels are equipable, right, for this fight. I guess we know who canonically is bad at getting assassinated and who is not. Or good, however you wanna phrase it. So what he said about how fighting indoors was a taboo, I mean, I guess actually this is not a building anymore. This has like only 3 walls. It's probably some kind of that rule, right? Yes, a lie. How utterly cowardly and unjust of these vile curs to strike from the shadows. Now is not the moment to ruminate upon their villainy. Correct. Besides, there's more of them waiting to sink their place into us. Finally, bunny against bunny.
저것들이 뭔가 기운이 없어요.
Finally, win-weight against win-weight.
안 걸까요?
죄인인가?
My... I feel I consider my bunnies are cooler.
칼날이 잘 드네요.
I guess I should check, but I gotta assume they work mostly the same way as our IDs do. Which might be kinda bad if they hack us, but who cares?
여기다가 말하면
Offensive
녹음되는 건가?
offensive level -10. Wait, you're canonically debuffed? You press Bloodburst. One that... did he not get ordered to kill us? Oh yeah, you have Death by Taste. And we want to be speedy. Well, that's the team to go up against then. I mean, I guess... Considering they're level 60, I'm pretty sure we're gonna fight Mohai's next Kanto then. And Kim wanted to make sure that they're canonically strong, but I guess for some reason we are supposed to not die here.
저기 저 개체부터 처리하면 편할 것 같아.
Well, fools should have killed us when they had a chance. Wait, you have red coins? That's unfair.
방금 어떻게 하신 거죠? 깜짝 놀랐어요.
Wonder how far in did actually the stages started that needed to get nerfed?
여러분들
I mean, I feel like this clearly could not have been it.
죄인인가?
But I do love all this gluttony.
좋은 결정.
끝내지.
조금씩 나아가고 있네요.
Okay, my man. See, that is just rude. You should run.
끝내지.
Goodbye. I love running animations in this game. It's kind of hilarious how it looks like in Olympus. Peak, what we say in German, Bruder muss los. Just exiting the scene.
좋은 공간이 됐고. 다음 먹잇감도 이런 식이었으면 좋겠어.
Shihua. Okay, still same sinners. Let's fucking go.
방송을 켜겠다.
I guess I'm a bit sad that really all the X conditions are turn counts again.
저것들이
It was nice that they experimented a lot more with that last intervallo. But to be fair, so far all the fights we're having are also kinda just filler fights. Gut.
제가 도움이 될지는 모르겠지만
Man, seeing John only flash normal. Understandable. Have a nice day.
승부처다.
But yeah, at least the high should be don't seem too bad. To be fair, I mean, I'm using peak team that counters them.
아마 그 공격이 약점이었겠죠?
급격도 죄인인가?
This mechanic definitely is the best. But yeah, hi.
아직 죽지 마라.
여러분들
I still need a better name.
좋아
You do better name, you do.
급격도 죄인인가?
But it's nice to see you again. So how did you enjoy the Kanto overall then?
거쳐.
Also, I guess I really don't have YouTube chat in this scene either. I'm not schizophrenic, I just talk to the voices in my head, I swear.
끝내지. 끝내지.
좋은 결정.
There go the bunnies again. I think we're safe for now. There was a wall I just invaded. I mean, I'm also just invading for now. I mean, I think those are the stations. Some stations didn't need to get nerfed. Something tells me that they're not fighting us at full force. At least we routed them. So hopefully that means something. Ah. Where Don Quixote go? Ah, I am here! Don Quixote rushed into my room from the hallway outside. I had gone to spy if the other sinners had suffered as we have. Verily, they were indeed targeted as well. Once they defended themselves well against the cause, and sure would be here post haste, yet. Not everyone survived, huh? Youngs and Glannies, oh man. While it appeared that they had risen and battled, they were caught unawares by our foes. It is likely that their demise came soon after tripping over each other's food. Man, that's one way to go out. How embarrassing. And young Heathcliff, he... Isn't that fella our resident mob fight expert? How do you even get him? They didn't get me, mate. I'm good as new. Heathcliff. Huh? Huh? What god is a gobsmack class? He was also playing that, wasn't he? I still haven't got a shiny starter. Weren't you trying for months? Well, wasn't it months ago you said that you're doing that? I'm feeling a few better name. Good man. I recall a blade piercing young Heathcliff in the back of his head. Does that turn the clock for him already, Manager Esquire? No, not yet. Anyway, he just got some painkillers, okay? Blimey. So that's what this funny intro got my... Adrenaline is one hell of a drug. What can I say? Heathcliff reached up to rub the back of his head, then crumpled to the floor mid-sentence. Heathcliff's not breathing anymore. He's dead. How do you manage to walk all the way over here with a hole on his head? Young Heathcliff! The other sinners are starting to gather, Manager. As pathetic as this force may be, we no can spare any hands at the moment. Executive Manager? We must also join the others as soon as possible and assist them. There are sounds of altercations coming from the lobby. I'm just like has got me so many temples of good stuff, man. I guess I really should make a Discord sometime. Gotcha. The clock turns as it always does. Sometime later. Vovo, please hold on a moment. You? I'm... Okay, don't be surprised. He's His ability has a step assistance. I mean, true. There's a lot of practice you can get by getting stepped, I guess. I can still see some people inside the lobby, which was also in the bizarre process of melting away. I wonder, what was it? Especially since the pack was not supposed to kill us, I assume. Was this all basically then set up that the sweepers would just eat us up? That there's no traces of the assassination or something like that? Phew. Among them, I noticed she excellent classing against a figure wearing a bamboo hat. Going on the offensive already, huh? How come a big shot in control of a Haishu pack decided to come after small fries like us? And behind the black bamboo hat wearing assassin stood. I see that you have tracked me down, so certain of your own safety, but my master's already prepared countermeasures. You stood King Tao, our supposed collaborator, who led us here, and why? Who was threatening him with his sword? So you were behind this. Ah, it's you. I sussed out that you'd be planning something like this, but you lacked the patience to pull it off. You're quite observant. I thought I had completely won you over. How could you Come on, it was very obvious that she was playing it. Amateurs, I agree. You must know that at H-Corp, there's but one path to survival at which is choose a family hierarchy candidate and serve them with utter loyalty. But who in their right mind would serve young Master Bayu? He who has grown up with no hardship. He who doesn't possess even a single speck of ambition. Yeah, you know who also did not grow up with a single speck of hardship? Buddha. Yeah. How could you say this to my man? You shut your bloody mouth, yeah? And you, rich boy, oi. Are you just gonna sit there and let that bloke talk shite to your face? But he's right that I don't have any ambitions. He got no self-respect. What do you have anyway? He has a fancy eye. Okay, everyone, shut up for a second. He's obviously taunting you. Stop indulging him. Why, speak. I know that if no means to wield a high show pack. So speak. Which master did you choose to serve? Who controls them? Ah, so they're curious. Steal your sword, Silo. Another unfamiliar voice from the shadows. Young master, are you certain this is wise? Yeah, we need to set up the antagonist for the next Kanto, okay? Very not. They're destined to be swept away by the morning dew anew. The trajectory of the fate shall not alter course, better to witness me. The boy soon reveals himself from the shadows, walking into the light of a casual assured gate. Huh? Seriously? You? I see you're... Allow me to quiz you in agonists with my exalted name. I am Yi Hua of the Shi family. You may know me as a very prominent candidate for the throne of the family hierarchy. Shi family, huh?
좋아. 생동감이 살아있는 좋은 공간이 됐고 다음 먹잇감도 이런 식이었으면 좋겠다.
Unexpected foe. I feel like I know who this foe is, my man. But we have our whole gang back. You're not on the starting crew. I'm sorry.
잘 들어왔네.
연구 보고회인가 아니면
Ooh.
탈출.
How do I guess it's switch and dawn.
혈기분들이 자
Beautiful.
저주를 끼얹을 것이 있나 보군요.
Yeah, yes, I get it. My one ID is not leveled. Prominent? But But of course! I claim control of a bunch of the Haishu packs. While you were studying the blade, I was studying their sessions. While you were wasting your time out there searching for the river of immortality or whatever. I don't even know whether I even started to refute your painted accusations. This is way beneath me. I don't even want to address you as my senior either. So who is it? Big Brother Huan? Nah, can't imagine he'd ever be interested in someone like you. What are you talking about? I'm asking whose teeth you have been suckling on to gain the control of the Mao branch. Because they both know for sure that there's no way in hell you have the means to control them, right? Man, called him poor. You little twerp. Are you sure you want to insult my height from where you're standing? Master you. It doesn't seem like the mastermind of this operation was actually anyone important. Or anyone serious. Time to beat him up. Agreed. I can tell by just the look of that trader with the physiognomy of a deceiver. Sorry. I mean, look at his forehead. Clearly, he must be a deceiver. This is a waste of time. Hey, Silo, cut them all down. The mission was to assassinate them. To meet them in an open battle, to take the lives of a high candidate was not what was agreed upon. What the blah blah blah. Just shut up and do as you're told. I may fight to protect your life, yet I cannot do more. A Haishu needs heeds and voices, but that of the one who holds their leash. Looks like the Chiyu doesn't even control these guys. That's an apt saying, often invoked in my homeland. I fox may pretend to the throne, but only with the blessing of the tiger. Shut up over there! Damn it! This Haishu pack is useless. Can't even get a simple job done. Master Year, the Haishu pack was here merely as a backup plan. Our true strategy involves... true. This is fine. I have other plans to sweep you all away. Man. Very subtle, my man. Very subtle. This is the second time this video has made an odd emphasis on a variation of the word sweep. What are you saying? That you bribed the sweepers or something? At least his sitters are smart enough to pick on. Thank you, Kim. While the reactions may appear suspicious, that suggestion is almost an absolute impossibility. The head is at the top of the sweeper's chain of command. In other words, the head possesses the authority to command them. I mean, I figured they had to deal with the head, otherwise it would make no sense. And why homes were not part of the sweeping. I mean, I guess they're a good justice postal for that. Right, yeah, of course. Moreover, they are prohibited from touching, let alone entering any designated residential areas during the night in the back streets. This is a permanent, immutable taboo of the head, one of the very first to be introduced. The effort of going through a myriad of paperwork to ensure that Mephistopheles is recognized as a residential vehicle was ultimately capitalized on this taboo. Yes, it is exactly as you say. What a stupid question to ask, making me anxious out of nowhere. Let's shower the mood. Come, let us leave. I had only intended to have them see my face after all. Too bad. I won't even remember them in a few days once they all get swept away. Master Yu could say it's sweeping us away. Exactly. Swept away by the wind. We best leave before any more unnecessary words are said. Force is right. These guys are acting way too suspicious to have some scheme brewing back there. I mean... come on. You cannot think the clear surprise by the scheme of getting swept by the sweepers after all the naming of this intervallo and everything. So oddly suspicious that I'm starting to wonder if they're trying to use the reverse psychology on us to work right into their trap. Well, when surrounded by nothing but uncertainties, there's a solution that usually works. Faust. Faust does know all outcomes. Was I intended to make the suggestion first, but it appears that you shared the idea. Yep, so Otis. Yes, executive manager. We have 12 sinners, Chikshu and we on our side. I don't think the so-called Mao French are willing to fight. Which means that we only have 3 enemies, Shiyua, our guide, and Silo, the assassin. We have the numerical advantage, don't we? You always make the most accurate read of the battlefield. What's going on over there? What's the tick-tocking noise, man? When the GM just wants to introduce evil guy and then the players realize we should not have shown his face, we're gonna just kill him there and now. Twice. Our former guide seemed to have figured out what our conversation was about, because he took a few slow, careful steps away from Shiyua before bolting off into the distance. I've been thinking this all day, but he sure is a fast runner. Hey, that's want me to survive in the back streets? Oh. What? What is it, Honglu? Do you remember something? I did. I had a hard time recalling this because he isn't from my family. But I remember now. Your big brother, you of the Shi family, right? Yes. You're not wrong. Man. Didn't that guy just announce that himself earlier? Anyways, Honglu, I'm gonna get a guy and beat the motives out of him. Is that gonna be okay with you? He's not from my family, but I'm sure Big Brother Yuho will be happy to answer your questions. Great, another thing. As your commander, I should probably say something cool to start off the battle, right? We need more than the one-liners. Let's fucking go. Wow, that's going to be so cool. Like something straight out of a story. I also had something like this once. That even if one side has an absolute advantage in battle, commander's words may be the deciding factor in who wins and loses. So I decided to borrow a few words from a book Honglu once lent me. It was the channel who said, I believe. Destroy them all! Man. Very insightful. Very motivating. Much wow. Oh, actual boss fight. Silu. Okay. But Silu's level 75? Jesus Christ. Well, you're still nerfed. You cannot even change the panic type, death phase. And I want to be speedy. Got it. Welcome to win rate. What are you struggling against? You know what? Oh, man can struggle and actually do his purpose of dying. I love my sacrificial lambs.
칼날이 잘 드네요. 아마 그 공격이 약점이었겠죠?
I mean, honestly, I feel like we're gonna kinda very quickly stagger this man. I probably gonna more enemies spawn in, right? Otherwise, it's the start of the fight, but this seems kinda disappointing in a sense. Oh, jeez. Okay. Win rate, please clash. Oh. It's probably easier this way. Can we win this? We get something out of this. Boss. I mean, I guess I could use my ability for a cool ego, but it's probably still wasted. Struggling. Love to see it. Right. Favorite? Oh, yeah. You were tired by this. Beautiful. I mean, stop the worst clashes, and we might stagger them. Dann Distance gank them all. Yeah.
배달 후보들이 함께 도착되시 침착하게 판로를 배척하십시오.
저기 저 개체부터 처리하면 편할 것 같아요. 길 좀 막지 마.
스르드리차 강력 배달 모드 기동.
Right. I mean, we might deal basically too much damage so we get in this second stagger bar, yeah. That might be slightly suboptimal. Or maybe this is peak optimal actually. Or cutscene, okay. Oh, yeah, it is time. A strange tune crosses to the sound of this fierce battle. Is this electronic dance music? Something always sounds familiar. Finally. Thanks to this merry chase you've led me on, I have slid ever so slightly further into the world of the Grizzly. Let's see. Title 2, Section 11. We'll see. The punishment for those who dare to flee from the Middle's retribution begins by tearing their legs apart from the groin. Those are big words for a man we're gonna beat up. I mean, we've gotten so much stronger compared to last time. I will make sure you suffer for all of my time you wasted. What the fuck is that glider doing here? The hell's wrong with you? You've been stalking us all along? He needs to see our Capone's back, okay? He's just got the music like normal. That is a good fact. I mean, I don't know what's funnier. Just basically, I don't know, being strong enough that you have your boss soundtrack following you, or basically having a boombox around you all the time. Since when is chasing after a thief conflated with stalking? I'll have you know that I'm still banished from the world of the luscious, thanks to you who dare to pinch my hair coupons. What the hell? Where'd they come from? You guys are pissing people off left and right, aren't you? Zillow, take him out. That Sheila looked like they would be able to take him out. What an utterly insular fool. What did you say? Do you not know that man? Wait, Ricardo's that well known? Jesus. Or maybe it's just we don't fuck with the middle basically. What's the middle doing here? Ricardo, a big brother of the middle. The man who slaughtered the sinners like they were nothing. The man who almost forced me to self-destruct. Why couldn't the sinners just be friends in the middle instead? I mean, wrong time, wrong place kind of deal, right? Faust, don't tell me I have to get ready for that again. No, not yet. According to the evaluation data at the LCE, the sinner's powers had grown since the time at the Great Lake. Our chance of victory against this individual has risen to a meaningful degree to forfeit the battle before the game begins. 1% chance to win, let's fucking go. But by how much? Enough to put our faith in the uncertainties. Alrighty then, just believe in the flow, okay? Enough with the background noise. I don't know what your business is with these trees, but I've personally traveled all the way to the eastern part of the city because I simply must take my vengeance against him with my two hands. I mean, what the hell is the middle even doing other than just dishing out vengeance? I could have simply informed my brothers in the east and let them handle this, but that just wouldn't do. I was determined to lead us through to the end myself. It meant asking a great brother of the east for a favor. So you there, Hoppind, and execute me in court? Get the hell out of my sight. The middle's book of vengeance comes first. Hoppind? Keep battling like that fat lip of yours, minion of the fingers? You don't scare me at all. With your cheap hairdo and that garish as hell botched dye job? You're the age cop turf now. I'm... He's gonna go into the book of grudges. Wow, just wow. Bloody hell, mate. That's messed up. He's hard to absorb in his own foolishness to see he's walking into his own demise. Exactly, Ricardo says wasn't contorted with wrath. He after enduring the barrage of insults. Instead, he looked surprised. A moment of silence followed, during which he seemed to be absorbed in thought. Impressive. You trusted a new record. Yeah, the current record holder for how fast can get written up in Ricardo's Book of Vengeance challenge, boy. You did it in 15 seconds. Then, with trembling hands, he reached down to grab his Book of Vengeance, opened it, and began to write something down on the paper, slowly and deliberately, so to make each stroke of pen count. Unfortunately, your audacity is terminal. I will be charged apart myself as punishment. Okay, I thought we were gonna set him up for the next Kando, but it's gonna be peak if he just gets killed off right now. Boys, make sure that this little band of thieves won't get away while I deal with this pipsqueak. What the hell is this us talking about? I guess we set up that someone higher than him is against Honglu. Hey, Silo? Actually, I don't care. Stop me if you can. Effective immediately. The punishment for all involved parties and bystanders at the site of your crimes shall be complete and total extermination. I think we can slip away unnoticed in this mess? I don't think we've got much of a chance there. But, I mean, time to get revenge. Ricardo practically rocketed toward where Silo and Yuho were standing in a burst of speed. But his henchmen had already begun to slowly surround us, as he ordered. Ready your weapons, everyone. Payback time for what's happened at the Great Lake. Let's do this. Besides, we've got to score to settle with that son of a bitch. Man. Language there.
말하면 녹음되는 건가요?
Well, it's time to the days back on the board. I guess should have bought all the blunt damage. Which we kinda really did not. But who needs effective damage types if you have Rupture?
저것들이 뭔가 기운이 없어요.
But yeah, I feel like it's not a great opportunity to kill Yisang yet. Which might be a small ticking time bomb, we will see.
방금 어떻게 하신 거죠? 깜짝 놀랐어요.
관찰은 끝났습니다.
There they go. I kind of just remember the henchmen taking like so long to kill, but to be fair, when I fought Ricardo, I did the cheese strat because I did not have that many good ideas back then, so yeah.
끝내지.
Never piss off a rabbit is what Kim wants you to teach with all of the city's lore. There was an explosive noise from a distance. A moment later, Ricardo landed before us with a boom. I hear that the Hisha of East were a tough bunch, but that lady was something else. So you gotta also be canonically powered down now. So why did women like that suddenly split from a fight? Not my problem, I guess. This getting written down in the book too. Time to take care of what I really came here for. Get ready for a beatdown, coupon thieves!
저 개체가 기세등등해 보여요. 조금 주의하면서 해보는 게 좋을 것 같아요.
Man, Ricardo's still only level 60, so yeah, Zulu was higher level than him. I should remember your mechanics kinda. Are you still gonna do the hair coupon stuff? I mean, at this point you won't go lightly on us. Anyways, win rate. Don't love to see that. Okay, wait for a second. You... Oh, it's only the counter. I mean... You're dominating those. Take this. This will kinda hurt no matter what. Will it? Swaggling? Excuse me? I mean... I guess I should also have actually used Monks' good one for this, probably. Good enough. Need to deal with this kind of too... You don't need healing yet. Take this. Actually, do I not have Aquat equipment? I should to double check. Maybe I should have double checked my egos. My egos are not important. Get chained, my man. Ironic. Right, that counter still should be hurting. Oh, jeez. This time we have backup. Maybe I don't even play too safe. Well, you know. No more tests. I mean, this is also only like a 19. Okay, we have Aquat on my man. What would I wanna clash with? I mean, getting Sunshower out is kinda nice. Favored. We got this. Yeah, we got this. Heal allies. If there's panicked ally, we cover them from panic. Apply plant power up to all allies, including this unit. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that part actually. Offset this with one-sided. I'm too slow on. Am I too slow? Can I not? Yeah, okay, offset this. I know how to play this swim game. Man, there won't be actual panicked allies. Man, this ego is still kinda peak aesthetically. I fear for the day that this buff ego falls off somehow. I mean, sooner or later we will get new buff egos.
곧 위험한 공격이 찾아올 거예요. 대처하실 수 있죠?
Complete and total extermination. Can clash with the skill regardless of speed if the main target is in data mark. Clash is 23 red coins. Hate to see it. And negative coins, you also hate to see that. Hopeless, huh? I feel like we could try to stagger this man beforehand, maybe, but that seems also kinda greedy. Let me guess, you cannot die till Ricardo's dead. Love to see it. Do you actually have something? I mean, you did get staggered. Do you have a passive? Okay, you get plus coin boost if somebody is killed. I guess also keep in mind to keep this man alive. We take this maybe. 24. I mean, I did not pay that much. Actually, this is better. Did not pay that much attention. How's this still hope left? So... Oh... Why did he get paralyzed? Yeah, I don't want to waste... You know what? Maybe this is hopeless. Okay, in that case... even hopes of winning against this? Who are you targeting? Are you targeting Faust? Honestly, if that's hopeless, how do you have so much? This is gonna hurt, probably. How's this neutral? Okay, those are different skills. I just see this purple color, okay? I would say we just try rushing down this man and stagger him, right? Actually, you take this, since you're slower. And then... I'd love my neutrals. Okay, how's this? What am I clashing with here? Oh, what's I clashing with this? Maybe I should not pay that much attention. Kill. Or get staggered. I mean, I just don't want to lose my cool units, okay? Especially since I feel like backup is really kinda worse than what I'm having. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
입에서 갑자기 쓴맛이
Why, say hi to the B team.
쓸 때마다 이랬는데?
Actually, it's probably worth it to clash this man at this point, since we really have nothing. I mean, with nothing, I mean... We do got all those juicy... I mean... At this point, I would still say it does matter. I still also don't think you want plant power up. Can we kill... Was it a coincidence that he survived that one? I mean, what are you targeting? Those are clashes of all time, struggling. We heard about a lot in Save Kante. Have you ever heard about a lot of Savior winning clashes? I mean, I'm pretty sure we should not kill the normal mercs because I don't want to give him coin power, but this man, yeah, okay. This means he's a bit more annoying than just the normal Quant. And we have dispatched of him.
자, 버텨보라고. 딱 죽을 만큼 튀겨질 테니까.
입에서 갑자기 쓴맛이 위험한 일이 있을 때마다 이러는데?
Why does this man have so much HP? You got... I mean... I guess, yeah, I mean, you still have a chance. I'm not saying we've lost yet. That's not looking swell, though. You probably take this. Why does my man clash so high? I guess we all got vengeance on us now. I mean, it's always time for a good Lasso. Oh, Jesus. Okay, Lasso does kind of clash like Garbo, is what I'm realizing. I think you take it whenever you use the Gluttony focused ego for now. How's Jesus Christ? How much? I guess this is slightly better. With slightly better I meant also hopeless. Also no gloom skills inside actually, now that I think about it. I just damage him, I guess. We are faster. Which in turn kinda means... Nah, okay, don't fully commit to staggering this man. Yeah, that must hurt.
여러분들 괜찮으세요? 망설인 것뿐일세. 곧 위험한 공격이 찾아올 거예요. 대처하실 수 있죠?
You are pretty fast. I mean, can clash with the skill regardless of speed if the main target is dead. Oh, okay. Right when. You know, huh? Why can't you? Okay, no. Now it's. Maybe I'm going crazy. Yeah. Just make sure the slowest person is clashing with this and deal damage, I guess. This might not be great. I'm still going first. Okay, makes sense. I guess I should actually have clashed, but I don't think what that actually what is.
총체적 난국이에요. 머릿속에서 또
My
경고가 울리는 것 같아.
Lantern won't do much for us. That's for sure. You mean you can just win with? I mean...
위험인물 발견. 제압할게요. 대검 방어.
So, that's what this man exactly deserved.
이어받을 사람이.
He's part of the team.
갑자기 쓴맛이. 위험한 일이 있을 때마다 이랬는데?
I mean, I really feel like that is your job. Gain plant damage up next turn. I hate to see that. I mean... You... Why not? You only live once. Oh wait, goddammit. Now I should actually click it though. Swashbuckling even too. I mean, I hope that traveling this man is kinda win condition, otherwise. Excuse me, you're not supposed to lose this. Look how happy she is. And we get it again for free. Jesus Christ. Right then. Free speed, my man.
그쪽도 죄인인가?
배를 버리고 모두 아래로 내려간다. 반짝이던 깊은
That's bad, yeah. There goes my veil.
결국엔 멈추는구나.
Victory? Excuse me? Wait. A shout cuts across the battlefield. Thus as a sudden appearance of Ricardo was making things incredibly more difficult for us. Huh? Didn't that guy split? What's he doing here, laughing his butt off? What was actually win condition here? I guess... Man, I guess he doesn't force loose? Man, it's rigged. God damn it. What's he doing here, laughing his butt off? He finally lost the plot, eh? Failed plan after failed plan takes a toll, I suppose. Oh. Maybe that was too much. But, I mean, how could I not laugh, right? When after all that, everything comes together perfectly according to my plan. You hear this too, don't you? The sound of the city. The sound of the back streets. Hear the sound of crashing waves? Well, the sweepers are here to get their thunder. Let's fucking go. Waves. And the sound of battle came to a stop with Shiua's sudden shout. I suddenly began to notice the low crawling sound of omen that had been swirling under the commotion. Something's melting, degrading, or perhaps boiling over. If not, it's seeping, it's siphoning. It is the trace that was at once living and dead. Crashing and quaking, devoid of any recognizable stops. The lines between where it begins and ends blurred. Yes, like waves. Okay, come on, show us the sweepers. Current time is 321 hours. Then it's too late. 3 hours into the sweeper event, first hint of sweepers. Yeah, this is not sweeper event. This is gonna be. I guess what was Caesar satisfied. This is more like we just next Kando. Gotta sweep, sweep, sweep. We're gonna make them sweep, sweep, sweep. It was past 4 in the morning when we briefly set foot in the outskirts, so no. We have. This will be our second time. Though, must be noted that the time of day was not a matter of concern then, so we were in the outskirts. We're finally getting all swept away like trash. It's a trailer for next Kando, that's it. I mean, I can live with that. I mean, I still take that over last Intervallo. And we still have character moments and stuff like that. But yeah. I guess we'll see how much sweeper we get to see, but yeah, does not sound like we get to see much sweeping. Which is maybe a bit sad. Maybe one day we get a very good opportunity to really explore sweepers more. There's so much more I want to see explored with... What's he on about? You can't possibly be thinking that the sweepers will somehow break the taboo to help you. Still missing the point. Watch purple dye job? So I'll just leave to the promised location. Huh? Did he actually scamper all the way here just to clothe us and run away? Indeed, she clothed us with a confident boast, so he was finally ready to face us. Only to turn tail again with an unmistakable look of relief. I don't get it. Does he actually believe that the sweepers will help him? Faust. Indeed, sweepers do not invade residential areas, however... What if where we're standing isn't actually a residential area? What are you talking about? Look, this place has got walls, beds, beddings, and... Sorry, this is actually commercially zoned. Go talk to the mayor? I guess the walls felt wildly mushy and... melty? It wasn't just Rodya who realized what was going on. Residents all began to look around, in confusion as well. The walls of the cajon had all but melted away, leaving nothing behind. As though the place he slept the night in was but a house in a painting, realization came too late, as the wave-like noise from earlier had already encroached right up to where we were. And unlike the other times, when they'd simply part around the bus, they were cutting straight into the remnants of our lodging. V. Okay, but please tell me the number of V. What's going on? Why? Oh, I mean, that looks awesome. There? This is ridiculous. Sweepers, how dare they break the taboo so brazenly? Looks like I'll be facing the waves tonight. Man, she's oddly calm about that. Why do you sound excited about this? I mean, we've got to. Let's make some things clear. It's clear that if we do nothing but stand around, they'll sweep us all away. Let's go. I mean, that's a cool sweeper design. 772. Damn it, we have to make our stand here.
여유로웠어. 아예 여기서 밥을 먹다가 출발해도 될 것 같은데. 다들 식량 꺼내.
Clearly, new ideas are bad. We turn to Deviant. Night in the back streets. Let's fucking go. Yeah, good enough, probably. You know what? I don't think we really need the talismans that much, and maybe I'm slightly spooked now. You shouldn't be 12 though. I guess that kind of also gives me the opportunity to back them up a bit. Okay. Good enough.
현장에서 직접 뵙죠.
I guess I probably would want Quake a bit earlier for the ADD. We're doing it. Mida's also fighting. Look at them. I mean, wouldn't that be the time when we should all work together? Yeah, man. We see Ron and Ricardo go. But hey, we got her again. Let's fucking go. And you're struggling. Hate to see it. Oh no, this is this side. For a second I was, do you have persistence? Man, we for sure gonna get an idea out of her, right? With how much she's used. Anyways, win rate. You know, that kinda doesn't look too bad, to be honest. Let's fucking go. Maybe this is the fight where I actually should be thinking, but
어떻게 하신 거죠? 깜짝 놀랐어요.
Struggling near windows. I mean, we just need a good early lead. I mean,
시간 끌지 말고.
this should be the last fighting stage, right? You could probably make your point that early fluid sectors to get our sanity up would be neat, but at this point it doesn't also matter that much anymore.
좋네요.
Does it? I mean, if we perish, we get it refounded, I think. Get a bit of tempo. I love tempo.
숨통 끊기.
승부처가
칼날이 잘 드네요.
Maybe it's a bit overkill against those enemies, but hey, I did not watch if there's next turn time on this, but if there is, we're gonna get this for sure. Also, man, I mean, production quality wise, this battle scene must have been one of the most impressive ones so far, kinda, right? I mean, I get this is just basically PNG parallaxing in front of me, but you know, the battle system was also probably with the instruments not made for this, but I respect it.
아까 했던 공격.
Also, it's the building from the next Kanto. We can see Hongdu's house from here. Let's fucking go.
깔끔하게. 관찰은 끝났습니다. 끝내지.
Get ruptured. But yeah, if they do this again, maybe work on how the summon works.
시간 끌지 말고 길에서 비켜.
Maybe I should also pay more attention to her to make sure she stays alive, since losing her would... Oh, okay, for a second I thought he was very HP. Never mind. Easy video game.
여러분들 기분이 좋아 보이시네요.
배달을 즉시 수행하여 유한
빛의 제약.
Yeah, it's not like there's so much strategy to be had in this encounter so far.
결투는 끝나지 않아.
I guess in a sense Ricardo was probably the more cinematic boss fight of this intervallo.
아직 죽지 마라.
I mean, I guess it's more fitting for the sweepers to be this force of nature and wave defense. But it's also a bit sad to have like basically not one cool boss unit for this.
좋네요.
I guess we could see an actual mud or something like that, but I doubt it would be out here. But there are starting to be a few strugglings though. I think a crit off would also be nice. Actually, you love this struggle, my man. Don't worry. You're just killing your son. I guess I should, if I would actually want to use tactics, also make sure that, oh, this is not clashing, but
아직 죽지 마라.
not like you can really influence it here.
시간 끌지 말고.
But yeah, honestly, I'm just very happy about the new IDs. I kind of really dig the aesthetic. And it is nice to basically also have PUBG IDs you can mostly just win with. Sensational. So you probably want to see more PUBG IDs next season. I'll probably get it. Look at her in the background.
아까 했던 공격
Oh jeez.
한결 수월해진 것 같아요. 좋네요.
Don't think what other archetype I really would want next. It's fine. Honestly, I feel like getting more charge IDs next season would also probably be neat. I feel like charge is kind of the more boring ones to play and maybe could use a bit more support.
아직 세상엔
Tremor's still doing pretty good overall, I would say. It's involved.
끝났습니다.
I think Poison is also eating just so good thanks to full stop office. I think one ID archetype I would love to see one day, which probably gonna be a long while, is just get basically poised Tremor IDs, because I feel like that is the best mixture of the statuses. So you... How does this clash? Let's give them some poise. So you get bonus modifier from them being staggered and from crits. And you could do cool stuff like on crit you Tremor burst. So that's my hope for ID design one day.
숨통 끊기. 가치 없군. 죽어. 불쌍하게.
Oh, my Faust. I guess also one question of sooner or later with all the nebulizer egress we have. I mean, probably don't get anything similar anytime soon, but if you can just reliably make every other status team a poise team sounds also insane. That would be interesting setup. Also, since when is Sinclair actually tagged in? There goes my backup.
한결 수월해진 것 같아요.
We did lose the song, that makes sense. I mean, that's what his idea is there for. Another fluid sack is always like peak, don't think strategy. I should have used... God damn it. I should have used a support ID. But I think I also kind of really want to happen is them. And then... it is what it is. Is it worth it? It's probably worth it.
아직 안 늦었어.
Limbus is all a game of momentum. Don't lose the momentum.
승리를 위해서라면.
Oh jeez. And now our Oda should also apply a bit better count. I love passives.
여행엔 목적이 있었지.
She set the line, guys. How did that become like the meme line for the meme supplement? What is the early ancient Limbus community lore?
죽어.
하게 판로를 개척하십시오.
이 전투는 승리할 거예요. 한 번에 이렇게나 마치 마탕 같네요.
I think I kinda probably want to piece her out soon, right? That's probably the best.
켜달라고 했잖아요.
일단은 후퇴야.
Wave 2 complete. Wave 3 incoming. The battle was long and grueling. Ricardo and his henchmen appeared visibly exhausted. Come on, let me fight with Ricardo, please. After the second wave. Big Poe, we messed up. We never should have put you through this trouble in the first place. Don't worry about it, kid. You've taken a brother who came all the way from the south and guided him safely to the labyrinth that is H-Corp. I think you've done more than enough. Wait, learners from here? Why speak German sounding men from the east? Let's fucking go. No one could have expected that we'd be fighting the sweepers of all things. We're able to withstand the sweepers. Enemies that even give the middle trouble. Practice makes perfect and perfection makes an expert, huh? I guess Honglu wasn't too off the mark. Man. Would have been long swept away by the horde if we were still new at this. Ishmael, who was taking this brief downtime to check the sharpness of her harpoon, was right. We've been through something like this before. Fighting against an endless horde of enemies. Long battle of attrition. It wasn't new. And that very experience was definitely an edge we had against these enemies. Of course. Phew. Can we even handle the third wave at this rate? There's no choice but to withstand it. Nothing was certain just yet. We still had the third wave to survive. I'll carry out these sentences as soon as we survive the third wave. Even when we're all basically in the same boat, that guy can't help but have it out for us, huh? Why would I ever... The third wave begins, and with it, the buildings suddenly began to shift violently. What? Where? Hold on, what's going on? The buildings are shifting! What's happening? Maybe we're asking all of you guys to meet the templates. I love my shifting city. Buildings inside H-Corp shift every once in a while. I didn't know it would be like this, but still. Fortunately, it doesn't seem that the building we are in is shifting very much. Executive manager? As soon as all is finished, an errant building suddenly shuddered violently from the ground, rising in additional burst, and struck Ricardo square in the chest, something blasting off into the skyline. Man. It's the middle-class team rocket. Damn you! My words! This is all so going into the books! Excuse me, it's not my fault. Ricardo wasn't the only one that got practically punched by a building. Big Bo! The henchman of the middle had formed a defensive square to withstand the waves, blasting off in all directions. Or maybe they're falling? I wasn't sure anymore. What is happening? The movement of the buildings has significantly reduced the enemy population in this area, Dante. There's an opportunity. Now we're just irritating bastards off our backs. I think this is definitely more doable now. Let's go in time to finally kill them or destroy them all. Be a good general or something. Where's my one-liner? I feel this weird rising among the sinners. Come on, let's do this. We've done this kind of fight 1,000 times. I mean, was a better one-liner.
조금씩 나아가고 있네요. 계속 힘내주세요.
배달을 즉시 수행하여 기아의 목숨을 보장하십시오.
Don't love to see this so much struggling. I mean, my man should absolutely get a big red off. Honestly. Maybe I'm spending a bit too much resources here, but... I kinda would love you to... Alright, this is... 12. I can still do math. This is 14 against... Yep, I mean, I like this. I should use probably your counters more.
아직 안 늦었어. 그림자 속으로 가라.
Peak, right there.
속구가 나의 폭력을 저지하기엔 저것이 모자르지.
Good night. Okay. Sleep well, better name. What was I seeing you again?
숨통 끊기.
세상에. 여러분들 괜찮으세요?
비켜달라고 했잖아요.
Give me that sweet, sweet sanity.
이 전투는 승리할 거야.
단테님 정말
Yeah, I will bring them back. Don't worry. I think something to keep the sanity up a bit more would be nice when they tag in. You know, we could use more of this. How much? Sure. Actually, you get your sanity back. Don't worry.
박질 중. 무불아.
It kinda sucks to see so many bad coins on the sweepers though.
승리를 위해서라면
Especially since they got them healing me. I mean, it's a sweeper thing to do to be basically unkillable, right?
비켜주시면 안 돼요?
불쌍하게 울고 싶지 마라.
많이 따가울걸요? 일단 베이면
Get pearled on.
상처에서 안 떨어질 테니까.
Man, for fights like this, the new egos that are really not designed to clash anymore are a lot harder to use, and I'm sad. Would also be nice to actually get Lasso off.
아까 했던 공격
How many more enemies are there? Should I be scared?
좋네요.
We got this. This is actually beautiful.
사냥 시작.
How's actually my Sinclair looking like?
잠깐 기다려라. 즐거운
시간소가 배달 가속 최종점 기준이 더 이상
Yeah, even if we perish, we already have a vote at the back row at the end. Probably gonna also queue up Sinclair at some point.
단테님 정말 살려내실 수 있는 거죠?
But we reached Quacker. Oh Jesus. Oh Cheesewick. And those... Honestly, can we start with this to give them more sanity? I mean, if we stagger the enemies, this would also be kinda neat. Dawn, sadly, is clashing of all time. I think I kinda want to at least keep Dawn alive. I mean, we see how this goes. I'm not feeling too bad about losing them, in a sense. They are the 2 stars of this team. Stop eating me. Come on. Get eaten instead.
저 루신한테 꿈에 닿을 때까지 몇 번이가!
비켜달라고 했잖아요.
Man, at least I don't think I ever really saw the Deviant ID so powered up, to be honest. I do belong in counter. And to be fair, otherwise I'd play Wapcha in my Mirror Dungeon, and if I play them, I probably would normally not really go for the big chain battles.
아까 했던 공격 덕에
Okay, to be fair,
한결 쏘-
I think it's also over quickly because the Eagle Gift too strong.
불쌍하게 울부짖는 끝내지.
Did we do it? That's a bit anticlimactic. All that remains is the blood. Thank you, Blood Fiend. What was that? The last of them? It is kind of impressive that we actually survived this. But what is the power scaling like in Gotham Project Moon universe? Considering, I mean, I would say like the Distortion Detective Squad should be power level-wise still stronger than the Sinners at this point. Just with kind of overpowered Moses and everything. And they did like hell to be not on the streets. So I mean, maybe they could also have taken it. But Jesus Christ. Maybe we are actually becoming competent. Current time is 424 hours. About 10 minutes until the night in the back streets ends. But we can relax now, given that we survived the third wave. Buildings are also no longer shifting. Stability has been restored. We did it, Executive Manager. Bloody hell, finally. The sinners all collapsed to the ground on exertion. Was the Kazan here, but it's gone now. Despite the fact that we haven't moved at all from our initial positions, there wasn't even a trace of it having been here. We realized that we've been relocated on top of a roof, as though we had also surveyed from the dream of sleeping in a building that never even existed. I mean, okay, to be fair, this is scenic as hell. Come on, this isn't aesthetic. That was one hell of a battle, man. What was done for? This is killing me. I don't know if you could survive it if that Herbst loon wasn't here to pour some of me. Guess you got something to thank him for. So that's all they got in a head-on battle. Art thou acquainted with these foes, young Vyosho? Oh, FC, I've heard of them. The scent of blood was... oh no, it was faint, but it cannot be. No! Maybe we must not linger over long on this fort. Why not? Dig deeper. Letting ephemeral inspiration slip through your fingers is the depth of creativity. I said I won't linger on it. Don't rush me. Whatever. Oh, uninspiring. Guys, now's not the time to bicker. Yosh and Don Quixote's words were indeed unnerving, but we have plenty of time to discuss that once we return to the bus. We can return in one piece. Sure. I'll be frank, that was impressive. I thought for sure you'd have been long swept away by now. Shiura must have been waiting somewhere nearby to watch us die, because it did not take long for him to appear before us. Perhaps they agreed on a new deal while we were fending off the waves of sweepers. The Mao branch and Cito were both approaching us in an intimidating gait, then contrasted with the earlier passivity. Friendship ended with Dawn after that scene, man. Damn it. Executive Manager? You had too many high-risk, high-fatigue battles in succession. I hate to offer such destroyer advice, but maybe be wise to avoid this battle at all costs. That doesn't seem like an option to me. I look around. Most of the sinners were either dead, trampled and chopped to small unrecognizable pieces. They were barely holding on at best. I can bring them back, I always do. But they've completely surrounded us. I don't know if I can bring them back in time to protect me. They might just cut the sinners down as soon as they get back up. Man, this was well within my predictions. I can simply finish off anyone that hasn't been swept away. Now, a stage is set for my ascension. For the next 10 minutes, no sweepers, let alone anyone, is coming here. You know why? Because who in their right mind would leave their homes when the night in the back streets is still ongoing? And looks like even that annoying idiot from the middle's been taken care of too, somehow. You, how much of this was your plan? How much, you ask? The whole thing, of course. All the way back to the construction site that blocked your path. I mean, that's not that much of a reveal. The one who deceived the unscrupulous fool of your company? It was me. The one who put the pitiful Qing Tao, who doesn't even have a family with you? It was me. The one who contracted the Twi ex-office to challenge you for a duel? It was me. And guess who it was that relayed your real-time location to all kinds of forces in the district? Yes, it was me. And this was the lodging for the residential permit? All devised by none other than yours truly, using W Corp's technology. I see. Oh, it's so good. It was so good. Wasn't it? What a perfect strategy. What did you think? Aren't I great? Aren't I so utterly clever? That's exactly why I deserve to be the next family high. I folly to speak those words. An unfamiliar voice echoed from the dark. There was neither enormity nor hospitality, only utter serenity and nothing else. The speaker approached us, walking into the narrow way of moonlight that shone between the shifted buildings. In his hand was a decapitated head illuminated by the pale light. Blood dribbles from the severed neck. The wide eyes remain frozen in its final moments, filled with utter terror. He walks toward us, in step with the drip of the blood. It can't be. GXU? I knew Chiu was working for someone. It was him. Why do you have Qing Tao's head? I have brought back the weird pet to his master. Let me once again be leashed. That is the serpent, my lord. Leave it. We needn't shoot it away. What? You were loaned the Haishu pack so that you may simply get in their way no more. I see. Was there a sudden change of heart once you held the leash in your hands? That to return to the Shi family side would be to your benefit? No, you knew everything all along? But I must ask, is everything to you? Your vision is too limited for my lord's wisdom to comprehend. The wise fails appear through the narrow-sighted eyes of the fool. But by everything, you feel to how you feigned abandonment from the Shi family to secure my lord's trust. Indeed, it could be said that we do know everything, man. Don't kill me, please don't kill me. I will share with you my most guarded secrets. The Shi family. Right, the 10 blades of the east. Yes, But Shiua could speak no more. For a serpentine blade struck from the amphra and separated his head from his torso with ease. Well, we got to see this man dead. I'm happy. I guess instead of setting up Pathetic Man, we're setting up a GRQ. Little you, have I not warned you time and again to guard your tongue against the creeping desperation? I believe that we have gathered the intelligence we had hoped to collect, my lord. I need and pursue the servant, Silu. His voice boomed as he commanded those who appeared to be his officers. The tall, built man took a ponderous stick from the shadows and stood before us. With an enigmatic expression, he heard as he looked at Yuhua's decapitated head, now lying on the ground, then at us. It was as though he was gazing up in the clouds, or blades of grass. They surely upward us. I shall take them with me. Picked up Chio's decapitated head before gazing at his officer with a nod. Ah, here it is, my lord. Wrap the heads of his stasis webs, and decomposition won't set in anytime soon. And with those bandages, he begins to wrap them up in a practiced motion. He does not pay us any hate, so we weren't even worth the attention. Return to me once you're finished here. Yes, my lord. Hold on, you can't just show up out of nowhere and... He did not reply, his eyes gazing, reflecting nothing but hollow emptiness. Just as he had emerged from the darkness, he vanished into the shadows, carrying two decapitated hands. I mean, I know who I want IDs of in the future, but it's gotta still be a while, isn't it?
생동감이 살아있는 좋은 공간이 됐군. 다음 먹잇감도 이런 식이었으면 좋겠어.
Alliance. Things weren't looking any better. I could instantly tell that they were different from anyone or anything we'd faced in Hongyan so far. I don't suppose our lord left them alive only for us to slay them? Perhaps it would be apt that I introduce myself. It has come courtesy to do so. Call me Sigong. I'm but a humble student of my lord, Master Kyo's teachings. My lord, Master Kyo, somehow I was reminded of the discussion the Qing Tao refused to finish. But when the far one comes, betwixt the burned doors, shall a star fall astray. As for the song, it's a song that became rather popular in the back streets in the recent months. It's not the place to discuss such matters. I will share the tale in a more appropriate setting later, should we come across it. Name's Stande, I'm the manager. I decided to speak up, struggling through the pressure. I instinctively knew that we had to find out as much as I could about that man from earlier. They introduced themselves as Manager Dante. I see. The candidness is appreciated. Still, withdraw them all. It seems that we need not content with them at the moment. Very well. It seemed that they had the very same thought about us. Now, is that sufficient proof of our intent to engage in a brief discourse? To discuss some matters with you. Like a courtly ending to this encounter should be of benefit to us, for the prospects of our future. So, ask away, as to say. So, that's when Chikshun stepped forward after having retreated from the domineering presence. So that's what those suspicious songs I heard in the back streets were about? It's about you guys, wasn't it? So, are those lyrics too? Ah, so that is what you wish to know. Chikshun of the Chia family, it is said that you possess talent rhetoric. Yet walk a path beclouded by concern and anxiety. Truly, your insignificance precludes your part in greatness. Why? Don't speak for me. Could be the first to say anything if I thought she was wrong. Yes, my lady. Chia, you're the one who sent him after us, right? Close, yet not exact. He was an agent of the Shi family, sent to spy on my lord's doings. He had bestowed him control of the Haishu pack, yet found his conduct shallow, so a means of learning more of the Shi family's machinations. I mean, I thought this was also to spy on us, but I guess 2 for the price of 1. Yet, it seems that once granted power, this boy mistook himself for a man with the wherewithal to represent the Shi family. So he used him, just as he thought to use us. Though he was quite shallow in his strategy compared to our own. So what now? I don't think you're looking to kill us, right? No, nothing. Do whatever it was that you had sought to accomplish here. You're letting 2 of your master's rivals go just like that? What a strange thing to say. Look around as I might. I fail to see any rivals here. Grave mistake. You're gonna be probably that next Kando. Then... why did you order you to attack us? You said yourself, we're not even your rivals. The manager inquires why you commanded you how to carry out this assault against Limbus Company. They fear, yet they seek to gain understanding to that fear. Yet they remain wanting in a certain perspicacity. My lord has always said that if one learns naught from a plight, then no discourse with them shall bear fruit. Instead of giving me a straight answer, the Gong left me with only passing comment before she brushed past us. I have given you courtesy enough. This is a good time for us to depart. Now, do stay nicely within your borders, as you have remained there thus far. Hey, what greatly despise an odd splash of ink marring the great painting. With that, Qigong walked into the shadows cast beneath the forest of buildings. Zilu and the Countess Haishu that had surrounded us also disappeared with them. Finally. I looked around, just in time to see Orta's collapse, while the rest of the sinners lay dead or barely clinging to life. And there was Jikshun, who had collapsed to the floor as well, and Vi, who was tending to her wounds. And me, who somehow survived through all that before getting decapitated. The night that put us to multiple brushes with death came to an end. The day breaks. Yeah, and that's pretty much everything that's happened. That big Badachi, I see. Once the day broke, we decided to take a quick walk outside to recover a little from the exhaustion of the night. Yeah, nothing more than a morning walk after getting almost killed like twice. This also decided our course of action from here on. And we also had to decide if we wanted to travel with Jiexu, with whom we shared our destination. Hello? Did you forget how to make a concerned face or something? How are you maintaining that irritating poker face to the whole conversation? Of course not. That's like Chia family secrecy, huh? Always hiding something. And I bet you are too. If you are, you better spit it out now. I don't have time to casually stroll about with my to-be enemy. Jishun, as I already said, the seat of the family hierarchy is of no... Fine, even if you're lying. I do know that you haven't prepared anything for your assignment anyway. Changing the subject. Jikshun, who was chatting with Fenglu, methodically slowed down enough to walk right next to me as though she was executing steps of a plan. You like my father's faction, don't you? About what I wanted to talk about you earlier. I guess I do. For now, I guess. Earlier, was this about our conversation back at the Kasha? Brother, translations, please. Of course, that is unquestionable our measure. Wait, let me make a proposal then. Become my faction for the division of the family high relations. Help me out. Oh no, it's Final Fantasy over again. We're gonna pick a champion. That's gonna be the new main protagonist. Why would they do this? What? It's, can we do that? Can we do that? Why not? You guys managed to stall even the sweepers. That means you command a formidable force. Besides, you're headed to the family mansion anyway, aren't you? Just don't know what to do once you get there. That's for competition. My father doesn't care about the whole thing anyway. So why don't you join me? Well, what's the payment? Help me become the family hierarch. I'm not like our other older siblings. I always pay my debts. Whether that's for a favor or for a crush. You can trust me. I'm happy to make a written. Can we do that fast? What seems the excellence plan, her explanation of it, at least rather flawless. Having such an ally at the apex of a wing will be a great boon to Limbus' company as well. I guess so. But I don't see any reason to refuse her offer. Man, she did it. She made us offer we can't refuse. We're joining the Mafia. Lu, who's been listening in on our conversation, boiled the discussion down to a clear explanation related to Jixiun. Perfect. It is said that formation of such alliances should come with a grand banquet to mark the occasion and to cement the upcoming coalition. The banquet's on me. Once we get closer to the central zone, let's find a nice croissant to discuss our future ventures together. You're done there, right? Let's make this thing work. Let's. I still bewildered by the turn of events, but Jixiun reached out for a handshake with such an earnestness that I found myself almost drawn to shake her hand in return. Now that I think about it, this is the first time we ever made ourselves an ally that wasn't specifically selected by the company, huh? Well, if that's the case, I really hope we can have at least one ally who doesn't meet a devil, and you don't need to say that. After the banquet, we walked out of the caserne to find the Mephistopheles waiting for us in the middle of the road. Wow, man, never thought about it. But all it's just standing like this in the middle of the street really stands out, doesn't it? Is this your usual vibe? Get to see you all safe! So then pilot walked out from inside the bus. So did you guys take care of the business? I have some more pressing things to talk about. Listen, Mel, do you have any idea how much trouble your subordinate's little connection... Yes, Miss House already gave me a report. Pilot? Oh boy, yes ma'am. By the way he's already stepping forward, he probably already got a hell of a talking to from Sterling. Really mighty sorry about that, yeah. I've only ever been a part of eradication missions, never in this espionage missions, so... Pilot, what did I say about mixing excuses into an apology? Forget what I said. We might sorry for me. The Qingtao guy approached me and sweet-talked me into going all along with the plan of his. So I got too cocky, assuming that I knew better than my seniors. I'm sorry too. I forget it. He's still a new guy in the business. Of course he'd been prone to making these mistakes. But he will learn from it at least, right? Looks like we'll both be writing letters to explain our failure together, huh? You're more getting disciplined for this? Disciplinary actions are likely to be anything of significance. The LCB team came out unscathed, all things considered. However, it is likely that they may have to work for half a year without the pay. What do you mean of nothing of significance? Jeez, how are they supposed to survive in the city? I consider it a win. We're getting all we're getting is the dock pay. Jesus Christ. Next time, I do promise. Next time, I'm gonna get real good at this job. I'm someone who can actually provide good assistance to y'all. No, I want to see character development for Pilot. Of course, Pilot. You really should. In fact, we'll have no choice but to become a contributing member of the team when I'm done with you. Let's really get to it, huh? No one's dying or getting fired under my watch as long as I'm your manager. Oh, what a great manager. Make sure of that. Yeah. Alright. Almost forgot to tell you, Sod. It's really important business stuff. Going forward, we're gonna... Oh yeah, I was gonna think that up sooner or later. We just got the orders from the LCA. Sod produced a small device from my pockets and began reading from it. Upon arrival at the central zone of Age Corp, the LCB will participate in the family hierarchy evaluation with the candidate. We were going to anyway. Now, this bus team faction is gonna be my... LCB will be present the following Sinner as the chosen candidate. Sinner 6 Honglu. What? Man, well, that's sure not gonna be conflict. What? You can't do that. What the hell? You, all of you, I'm gonna make you full up everything you just ate, you assholes. I mean, boss's orders, okay? It's not really our fault. But, I mean, that was a good Kando all in all, I would say. I guess... I feel like this interval gives like less speculation, like to kinda go on about the next Kando compared to something like the Warp Train event did. So this was more straightforward introduction into the Kando and setup. I mean, it's very clear who we're going up against and everything. But in itself, at least, it was nice setup and we went somewhere and not just humor, so I like it. And honestly, the new ideas are fun. And I'm looking forward to all the rest too. But that's more or less it. Can't wait to actually play the Kando and then get all those ideas. I know, at least Ike said he wanted to stream today. Is he actually streaming today? Okay. But yeah, I'm great at this. Otherwise, yeah, I think we have to wait someone else. I think battle-wise, this was probably a bit more of a letdown compared to the last Intervallo though. I mean, okay, Mikado fight was kinda peak. I'm a bit disappointed that this was more or less a forced loss again. But that was a fun fight in itself. I guess sweepers were also fun. But it's basically two fun fights and the rest was kinda more or less filler fights in my opinion. Okay, who is streaming this? So let's just stream somebody else going to this nice Intervallo once more. And thanks everyone for coming and watching. If you love Project Moon, I'm also gonna stream a Lobotomo Corp Kaiser one sometime next week. So if you're interested in that, please follow. Otherwise, have a nice evening and good luck with your pulls, so you may be blessed. Bye bye.